if you love me, you hate me. I'd rather not love who hate me. I'd rather not love. Too many times I was stuck in the rain. I'd rather not feel no pain. They're gonna try and make me. They're gonna try and make me faster, faster. I'm on the ride of my life. Why you wanna take it?
We live.
You know my goodbye. My life longer than the one to the face. Why you wanna be in my face?
What's up?
Why you wanna be in my face?
What you patting over there?
Why you wanna lie to my face? Telling me you love me.
Work with your audio. Your audio kind of low.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we can do for you. We might be able to work some things out. How's that audio?
Yeah, you good.
Bet that. So what's good with it, man?
Just finna get it going, you know what I'm saying? Have a good old discussion today. I feel good about this one today.
Yo, shit, I'll probably go grab my earpiece in a second. I'm still on that job site, so I'm multitasking. You see the earpiece in.
Yeah. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's going on here?
Hey, Kinfolk, did you send a link to Pinky Minaj?
Did I send it to her?
Yeah, I sent you her email earlier.
Oh, I didn't even look. Somebody left a comment. What is this? I didn't even look. What did you send it to?
I texted it to you.
I ain't even looked at my phone.
I inboxed her though.
Give me one high second, bro. I'm gonna grab this earpiece.
Do your thing. We're trying to let it materialize. Yeah, what's going on? We got a blue screen. Rocks in the street, in the heat, no shoes, no socks on my feet. Gotta eat, hit the Rex in the cover, white box in the seat. Then we more back to the red blocks and we beat 9-10 hard knocks with a lot to release. On the top of my feet, throwing rocks in the streets. Cops stop, we retreat. Out of optical reach, running optimal speeds. Out of them repeat.
What's good, Lab Gang? Welcome to the lab.
What's happening, Lab Gang? Another beautiful Wednesday. Another opportunity to pop our ish.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You say you already sent it to her?
You can send it to the email. I sent it to her Facebook inbox.
Is she joining it from her computer or her phone?
That I'm not sure of. But either way it goes, she should be able to grab an email.
It would be easier for her from her Facebook if she come doing it from her phone.
Yeah.
I'll play a little music from my new artist.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? Staying here. Got a mixtape coming soon.
They don't even let me plug in.
It was mine for reception and yours in my fault.
They done bullshitted me, Kinfolk. They don't let me get down with the earpiece.
No. See, that's why I got my headphones, man, so I can make sure I'm tapped in.
Yeah.
I'm having internet issues. Shout out to AT&T. I've been having it.
See, that's your problem right there. You fucking with the wrong people. You fucking with blue. You need to be fucking with red.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
Wait, I know I fucked up, it's all my fault. Blame it on me. Piece of me, you took my piece of man, now you irrelevant. It wasn't your fault. It was mine for reception, and your heart's in my fault.
You got the link in the bio, Kinfolk?
Lukewarm, you're hot when you're cold and you're acting.
No, it's not in the
I can
bio.
see that you
The
are
bio.
the same. All of my love going straight down the drain. I got the scars, I remember the pain. It's all my fault. I know you chose not me. It's alright, I'm frozen. I cold, it's alright, I'm chosen. Can't take you back, you fucked up, I deserved it. I guess I'm wrong, cause you cannot move on. Apologize, but I'm done with that song. Later on. Wait up, I know I fucked up, it's all my fault. Blame it on me, I know I'm wrong. I broke your heart, oh well, move on. Fixing me, you took my piece of mind and you're irrelevant. It wasn't your fault, it was mine. Very something in your heart, it's my fault. Locked it up, you must eject it. Look how you're acting. Look warm your heart when you're cold, now you're acting. Fake, I can tell that you aren't the same. All of my love going straight down the drain. I got the scars, I remember the pain. It's all my
Yeah,
fault.
that's right. Climb up on the headphone.
Stop sharing this.
What's up, Nicki Minaj? In the building.
Who
What?
is that? That's Ace Mac.
Nick.
Oh, Shelby.
It's Nate from the Ghetto River. What did you call me that? See that? See
Get it
that?
together. Get it together.
You know what I'm saying?
Where
And none of this
Harriet?
shit.
Right here, J Boo.
Oh, girl.
What's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome to the lab with your host, J Boo.
Period.
Can you?
Nate from the Ghetto River.
Oh, you freezing up.
In my shit,
Mm-hmm.
I can't win for losing.
You can't hear?
Nah, I can hear.
Yeah.
But shit, I was trying to be convenient with them headphones, but shit, I'm just realizing these new phones, you can't stick no earphone up in that thing.
Oh,
It's straight blue. Straight
Yeah,
Bluetooth.
straight technology.
thanks. I'm gonna turn your mic up because your mic is a little low. I'm gonna turn it up.
Make
Yeah,
sure I'm
yeah, yeah.
turning it up over here because we helping to go analog.
Okay, see, I'm just gonna turn it up. It should be up now. All right, y'all. We got a topic tonight: parenting, co-parenting. Nabom, you had a chance to watch the video that I
I
sent
did.
you.
I did.
Okay, we're gonna show this video here. You know what I'm saying? A little something I came across on social media. You know, little baby mama, baby daddy, what you call it, a step parent
Yeah.
issue going on here. Let's see. Let me pull this shit up here. Let's see. This here video is gonna feature what's her name? Ari the Dawn.
Yeah, Ari, the bitter baby mama.
Now wait a minute, Kim Folk. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now.
That ain't what she called herself. I thought that's what she called herself. My bad.
We ain't gonna say bitter. We ain't gonna say bitter. We're gonna say I could say she may be a little foolish.
Peaceless.
Foolish.
A little foolish. Just a little foolish.
Okay, Ori, that's Moneybag Yo gal, ain't ex gal.
Somebody, yeah, something
Something
like
like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, that ain't the chick. That ain't the chick he with now.
Yeah, that they together, huh?
Nah, I
That,
thought they was important, man.
No, they
hold
together.
on.
She's G Herbo's baby mama.
Oh,
Oh,
She go
yeah.
with Moneybag Yo.
okay, let's sort it all out. I ain't really keeping up with all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
shade room gossip.
she go with Moneybag Yo, but
But she got a baby with G Herbo.
she got a so this baby that she gonna be talking about is with the okay. God damn it! Which inbox I sent that to you in?
Oh boy, I think you texted it to me. Let me see if I can bring it up.
I should have had it together, yeah. That's all right. We be on TP time over here
Yeah,
now.
that's all right. You know what I'm saying? This lab, we got our own time zone.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like in the middle of Central and Eastern.
Something wrong with you, Shuby.
Oh man, ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong.
You know?
We all crazy if we stack ourselves up to each other.
Did you hear from Narrow?
I haven't. I tagged him in the post though. He might pull up.
I seen he looked at the thing. He didn't respond though. All right, I think I got okay, I got it right here. Now we got it. We got it. Okay.
All right, let's
So
check
we're
it.
gonna play this little, no copyright, no copyright. This is for educational purposes only.
Disclaimer, lab gang disclaimer. We don't own that shit.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? This is for educational purposes only. Okay, let me pull this up.
Go ahead now.
Damn, Picky Minaj, I see you on your throne over there.
And is.
Oh Lord, now this thing want to play games tonight. I don't know you gonna share this screen today.
Well, why you doing that? Let's get to the root of the problem.
Here, yo,
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
The
Let's
root,
get to the
the
root
root
of the
of the
problem.
root of the problem is we know who these people is when we lay down and have kids with them. Before then,
No,
beforehand.
kind of sort
you
of?
I
know,
disagree.
I
Oh,
mean, to
Yeah,
a
we
certain
do.
extent, I can agree to a certain
man,
extent.
I think it takes years to really know who you're dealing with, and even still, you don't know who you're dealing with because the whole way we both changing. If you progressing in life, if you're growing, you know what I'm
You
saying,
steady
and,
evolving.
and
Yeah, you
you
steady
steady
evolving.
evolving. You ain't who you gonna be, especially for people who get in relationships young. Is you don't know who you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know you only know the potential or what you see the face value. It's hard to
Right,
place
right.
value on what you
Well,
can't see,
yeah,
who they
I
actually
I
become.
agree with the being young part. Yeah, I do. But at
Now I'm
some
gonna keep it
point,
1,000. I knew my baby daddies wasn't shit before I had kids with them,
what,
and I
what
should have did better with myself.
Okay,
decisions,
I
decisions.
agree with that to an extent. I agree with that. I think in the beginning, you know what you're dealing with. I think you know what you're dealing with. So yeah, I could agree with that.
yeah.
Exactly.
But
Well, you can never
that
be sure because you don't know who is the real them and who is the representative.
No, I knew they wasn't shit. I
all
knew
I
they
know
wasn't shit.
is that first 2 weeks be lit, don't it? That
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
14 days be
Lord
so
said
lit.
nothing even matters.
But but what about the majority? The majority who we talking about, right? The majority of them, they not all in a relationship well, or it went down, and it was due to they knew they was bullshit. We talking shit. I'm divorced after 11 years. We was together 13. So
Yeah,
it 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 wasn't just simple as, oh, that was a bullshit person. It was a whole bunch of variables that came into play. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
broke that shit down.
Well, you know, now that I'm older, um, I'm very particular about who I deal with. Like I want a man that was raised in a 2 parent household. You know what
Well,
I'm saying? Like I have different values the older that I got. You
well,
know
what
what
if
I'm
they was
saying?
raised by two people that ain't shit?
Right. You can get a
I
two
want
parent
I want I
household.
want a man that was raised, by a man, by a leader. You know what I'm saying? I don't really I prefer not to deal with a man that's been raised and I have four brothers and they are all good men and they was raised by my mother, but I personally would prefer a man that have been raised by a man, by a leader. So that would tell me that he know um what to do with a woman, how to lead, how to take care of a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying,
So
but
if I entertain a man that could possibly I could possibly have a son from this man, then I want to make sure that this is who I want my son to be, if that makes sense.
right.
That
You
makes
know what
all
I'm
the sense in
saying?
the world.
I see what you're saying, but like you said, you have several examples of where you have men that turned out fantastic being raised by a woman. At the end of the day, it be these men's choices to be
Yeah.
raised. Because even if they're not raised with a father in the home, you got too many examples out here of men that they can look at or go. They just choose what examples that they're looking at.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand what
I
you're
don't know.
saying. I done seen some niggas come out of 2 parent households that wasn't shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
you
like
know,
your mama pussy nigga, you ain't shit.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna turn y'all on to something because most cats ain't gonna tell y'all women, but I'm gonna give y'all all kind of free game tonight. It's on y'all if y'all take notes on this shit.
Soak it up.
Some of the best men that you'll ever meet in your life that's gonna take you and be the right one. They was raised by a single woman, a good woman, that single parent. A woman.
I can agree with that. I can agree
Yeah.
with that. I've seen it happen. So I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying what I would prefer. You
I
know what
feel
I'm
you though.
saying?
It,
I
yeah,
want a
yeah.
man.
It's all in preference because at the end of the day, I saw a meme the other day, man, and it kind of resonated with me. It said, every woman was raised to know what to expect from a man, but wasn't taught what to contribute, and every man was taught what he
Contribute.
expected of from a woman, but he never was taught what to expect from a woman. So it's a whole melting pot of fuckery that's been happened to where we all got a misunderstanding of not only like roles I hear you say about leading, but also the general mutual respect and consideration for each other.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you ain't got no respect, honestly, like y'all, the breakdown of respect come from everything that be going on in society for real. Like
Right.
real talk. Because I heard a white man say that in salute to Richard Dowling from Ireland. Thank you for joining us from Ireland, sir.
Hey,
Uh,
hats off, Richard Dowling.
yes, sir. What's up, Tim Snow?
What are you today?
Welcome. Thank you for joining us, Tim Snow. Um, Lord, I just lost my train of thought giving shout outs.
Something wrong with her.
Y'all forgive me, it's 420. I'm on one, or maybe two.
All good. I mean, to help you get back on that track, the train of thought. I think you were saying you
Oh
had
yeah. I got it. I remember now. I heard
okay.
a man say, I'm a sinner. I watched Cynthia G, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I heard this white man call into her show, and he was basically giving his breakdown on what he observes with black relationships with between black males and black females, right? So basically, he was saying that nobody had to teach him how to be a man.
Mm,
Like it just
yeah.
came natural to him. He
Yeah.
knew that once he started having kids and he had
Yeah.
a family, that he just had to take care. That was his job. He knew that. So
Yeah.
the question was posed that why don't black men just know that you just supposed to do that? Like why
Yeah.
something that needs to be taught to you when
Yeah.
you should just know to do that. Like
Yeah.
mothers just know to take care of their kids.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to what I feel like what our basis of our culture has taught us to be in life. You got to understand that and I'm not trying to use slavery as a piggyback to some bullshit. But with that being somebody outside of the culture with that type of understanding or that type of opinion, we got to understand that our culture started off in this country on a cattle basis. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't men and women. We was bitches and bucks. So it's a
Yeah.
generational curse of people just coming in to be bred and then taking off wherever else. You know what I'm saying? And not that it wasn't a practice that was broken after slavery, but the mentality, we got generational curses that we need to break because um, yeah, it snapped on for me too. You know what I'm saying? Hats
Yeah.
off to you, whatever his damn name was. You know what I'm saying? I got kids I take care of too. So it's not a cultural thing. It's more so of a what is expected of us to do and what has been bred and what has been kind of the trend of our culture. You know what I'm saying?
from culturalization, from
Right, right. So
culturalization.
women that's out here saying I don't need a man, I can do it by myself. We got men out here that's saying, oh, responsibility gotta go. That ain't part of the, you know what I'm saying? That ain't part of the insemination. I'm supposed to skeet and skirt.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say about that hood politician.
Well, I mean, I feel like he right. I mean, it's a lot of variables, but again, that's going back to my point. Is so many variables involved in a relationship, making it work, and then the after effects when it don't work. Them same variables still in the play, whether it be from the legacies of slavery, from miseducation, from our culture today is so fucked up and got us. Man, they have some whole other shit now. So I mean, the it's the after, it's the collateral damage from all that is what we talking about. Is really co-parenting, et cetera, et cetera. That's the collateral damage from all of them variables coming at play. So yeah, if we
Yeah.
was trying to identify what's the cause of the shit, then yeah, we can point at a bunch of variables, but we'd be here all night.
Yeah.
But
With those variables, but when does it stop being blamed on those variables and say, hey man, these are choices?
and
I mean,
and
that gotta be a
that's one of the
thing.
variables. That's one of the
Yeah.
variables. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Personal
because that
choice.
understanding have to be a collective, and I like the way he what he was saying about even after the breakup, those variables still being in the play. I mean, since when is it natural or normal to master co-parenting? That ain't even how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's not. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to be.
I
You
ain't
know.
adjusted to that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Shit,
Right.
it been 6, 7 years. I never could see myself as no co-parent. I never
Right.
I never started that way, and I ain't never really adjusted to this role. I wouldn't bullshit you. I ain't adjusted to this shit.
Yeah.
How old are your kids? How old were your kids when you got separated?
Uh, 10 and 5, or finna be 6 and 10,
Oh, okay, so they teenagers now. They well just hitting teenage years.
basically.
So what do you mean like you haven't adjusted to it? Like
I ain't. I look.
because
I flat out tell you, I don't play this. I don't play this co-parent father that don't stay in the house role worth a fuck. I'm horrible at this role. Now, as a dad, when I was at the house with my kids that decade I was there, shit. But now I ain't never.
So you
So
don't
that's
know
what I mean. It's a role that you
how
play. In this role, I ain't playing this motherfucker worth a damn. And I'll be honest with you. And it's merely because I flat out tell you, I ain't never adjusted to this role because I ain't never could see myself playing this role.
Hmm.
so are you saying that you're less of a father to your children now, or
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, and we
I
in
mean,
different cities, so I don't see
right.
them nowhere near as much as I would want to. It's never convenient when I do, and most of the times it's like holidays and shit like that, and it just yeah. And even then, it be awkward. Feel it ain't the same. I never adjusted to the role. If you could feel
How
that
far do y'all live?
shit, 45 hours.
You said 45 what?
They are all up the street, but I mean, like I say, it's different variables. It's I'm living a whole nother life now, in a whole different city with a whole different family.
Hold
It
on,
ain't.
hold on
It's
now.
not.
Because we on baby daddy, baby mama panel. Chronicles panel. So now we gotta get down to the shit now.
Okay.
yeah,
No,
that
you
that shouldn't change your
an
role in your
hour,
kid's life.
you an hour away from your kids and it's
I,
changing.
I call bullshit. Everything changed. The everything changes. Everything, man. It's if
Why
we
do it
can
change?
dive into it since that's what we're here to talk about. We can dive into it.
Come
But
on.
We're gonna talk
one
about
of
all
the
that later.
one of the biggest
Go ahead,
changes
Mari.
one of the biggest changes for me was the emotional change at how your kids now look at you because of the shit that didn't happen during the breakup or during the process of the breakup. Sometimes a kid may take sides, see you as the victim, see you as the villain.
I can
What happened,
understand that.
right? So all this shit playing in effect. In this situation, shit, my whole shit, I'm painted as the villain. When any other female will tell you, hey, you that was a good dude. Shit, ain't too many niggas like that around. You should have
That's why
kept
you
him,
have to
girl.
take up the time. You have to have that 1-on-one with your kids and let them know the real. You
They
know
wasn't
what I'm
there
saying?
yet. They
They
wasn't there yet. And to me, I
family.
feel you. I agree.
Yeah.
And this what I feel. Honestly, I feel like I chop it up with them. I make sure I stay in contact with them. It's open communication. It's social media. It's networking, and they on all that shit. So you know what I'm saying. They know daddy right here. When if you need anything, I got you. Whatever you need, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
it ain't the same as seeing your kids every motherfucking day and going to we see each other, when I can, or holiday or when I can. It's not the same. And ain't nobody can tell me it's the same.
Let me
But
interject something. Let me
jump
interject
in.
something because it feel like it's a tension in the air that I feel like I see all too often, which is the father being blamed for the drift. And I'm not
For
saying
the
that that's what's
breakup. Yeah.
happening here. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but
That's
we
what I
got we
feel.
got we got variables like what I'm saying. Um, we want to say the dad don't try hard enough. We also have variables like bitter baby mama. You know what I'm saying? She might have been cheated on or whatever, and feel like
Because they
well you gotta go through me for this relationship. And now since we had this toe up relationship, it leaks onto the relationship between the father and the kids. You know what I'm saying? So um, given that I had a different dynamic, I can definitely understand how you get questions from the kids, and they are hard to answer. And sometimes those answers come with a little bit of asterisk of um, fire tongue when it comes to the other parent. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not guilty of that. I try my best to keep a sense of neutrality when I talk to them about it, but that's not all the way across the board. Some people be like, every time the kid do something negative, oh, you look just like your damn daddy. That's the same shit he do, and that, this, that, and the third. And then they build up a resentment because they feel like everything that I do negative is the very reason why this dude ain't here, because he embodies all those negatives that you point out.
Yeah, I hate when women do that. You know what I'm saying? I hate when women do that. Unfortunate. That's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate for the kids. It's unfortunate for the fathers that actually want to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Um,
right,
um. Thankfully, I've never uh had to deal with a problem like that, but I know people who have. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Um,
right,
and the situation is very unfortunate. Um, you know that us growing up in the same home, our mother never spoke negatively
right.
about our father, but as we got older, we got to see the real on our own.
Yeah,
You
And
know what I'm saying?
that's how my mama was.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
can't say that my mama ain't talk shit because she did, but it didn't have no effect on how I felt about my father. You know what I'm saying? The older
yeah.
I got, I knew my mama, and I love her to death, was crazy as hell.
yeah,
Well, you know what I'm saying? And then that's another thing, like I can really relate to hood politic because my mom and dad was together for 11 years, so it's a lot of things that they really didn't have to expose us to that we was right in the middle of. Like I didn't been a witness to fights with a new girlfriend and things of that nature, and um, the act of moving on without taking some of your responsibilities with you. So
yeah,
those things didn't have to be said. Now there had to be a sense of growth to understand what you were sponging in, but I mean it was right there. It was right there in my face.
yeah.
So, who a politician? You say you've never really adjusted to the role, and your kids is how old are they now?
16 and 10. Finna
16.
be 11.
Are these boys or girls or mixture?
Girls. girls. Not, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying when I say I ain't adjusted to the role, I'm exclusively saying I haven't adjusted to the role. That's me emotionally how I feel about the shit. But as far as handling my business with my kids, of course, shit. If
Especially if they girls, they need you
but
because
the
you're the
thing
example of the man that they're gonna go and choose.
it is in a strange relationship with the oldest daughter because she then witnessed the arguments and the fights
Mm.
and this sometimes the shit that a parent say stick and
Right.
that's why our parents they didn't fight in front of us. They you know they might have fought but you didn't really hit. They didn't do that shit in front of us. We was asleep or something. I don't know, but
Yeah,
we rarely ever heard some, fights and shit when my parents was together. And then after
hmm
that, they wasn't. And even after that, I ain't never heard that shit. That we was raised different. If it was some shit that parents needed to be said, they said that shit behind closed
with
doors.
each other.
Because
Yeah,
some shit you saying, we might be saying that shit mad at each other, but that kid listening to that shit, they don't understand.
yeah,
So it is in a strange relationship. I say my oldest, and we try to talk. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's cool, but it's not the same. I can sense the change. I can sense I know some of her thoughts and feelings towards shit, and I know that they come directly from you done overheard shit that you should have never even heard that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, it's I'm saying in accepting the role, yeah, and I never was gonna be that way. I'm set up to be I'm a dad. Period. I'm
Well,
father, a
well,
leader.
so my
I ain't never, I mean, I don't know. It's like I say, it's a lot of variables involved. But as far as what I kind of speak about was more of the co-parenting in the situation like I'm in now. Well, I'm in a new relationship, and my
okay.
gal got kids. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm on the other side of the situation and seeing how she dealing with her uh, baby daddies. So
yeah,
I really do feel like I have a full scope of the shit from both sides and seeing it play out.
Mm.
And yeah, it's I tell you what, I'm playing the role. When I say I haven't accepted it, I never will. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a role that no man probably will seek to accept the role of a co-parenting for your own kids. That means your kids not with you,
Can
but
I?
co-parenting
I
for
want you to kind of stop
a
looking at it.
female that you with is it putting you back in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different sides of that co-parenting. So what we talking about co-parenting with your spouse or co-parenting with a new spouse? You see what I'm saying? Or your
yeah.
ex spouse? I mean,
Mm.
Can I say something? I want you to kind of stop looking at it as co-parenting with your daughters. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because your daughters need you more than they need anybody.
Anything.
Anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm
yeah, they got me. That's what I'm saying. It's not that situation. You know what I'm saying? At any time, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that it's known. Look, you reach anytime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not that. It's not that. It's just that I don't like the fucking role. Imagine I, I took sociology, and sociology break down basically our whole life into roles that we play throughout the day
Right.
hmm
and throughout your life.
hmm
So
Gotta get the
so
sociology.
in this role, when I read the script, I don't like it. I don't want to play that fucking role. Yeah, I gotta play it. So I'm gonna play it. But am I playing this bitch? Am I up in here with like Denzel with the motherfucker? No.
Yeah.
And I know it.
And that's why I felt the need to jump in because I overstand that notion that it is completely different. It's something that you do have to acclimate yourself to, because I mean, when everything is bright sunny days and lollipops and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? You have two parents that are trying to figure it out together how to rear these children. Now,
Mhm.
when it's a split up, I mean, it's very concrete factors there. You in different households. You got one of them that may act as a gatekeeper to the kids. Then you got to have the understanding of you not really knowing. It's fragmented because you're not there on a day to day, so you're not keeping up with development issues. You're not keeping up with newfound information and new learning. And I mean,
Yeah.
I had a feeling one time when I was split from my wife, and I had a nightmare about one of my kids. You know what I'm saying? And then I asked myself, I'm a grown ass man. I can get up, shake it off. It was just a dream. But I mean, what if she have a nightmare? You know what I'm saying? What's she gonna
Yeah.
catch an Uber, come down the street, ask me, how to decipher this dream or how to be consoled? No, she gonna have to hold that until she see me again, or hopefully that the mother consoles her in a way that makes that not a feel,
Comforted.
yeah, not
Yeah.
fearful to go to sleep the next night, which might be in the middle of the week, and I'm waiting on the weekend.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I get it. It is a hard role, but um I think that at that point that's when you have to be more aggressive cuz um
You gotta be
you
careful with
know
the word aggressive when you're speaking about black men in
y-
American society.
no, what I mean about by aggressive, I mean aggressively in your kid's life. You see what I'm saying?
I'm
Cuz
talking my time.
you know how Grimes is about these kids over here. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? He
I
don't give a
agree.
damn. He don't care who I'm with. He disrespects everybody that I'm with. He don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So he still gonna do him. He gonna walk in the house. He gonna come in. He gonna open the ice box. He gonna make sure there's food in there.
That boy
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It's just that's the aggressiveness of making sure that your kids is straight. You know what I'm
Well,
Yeah.
saying?
I'm,
So
I'm
you just
I completely agree. I completely agree.
yeah.
But on the lighter side, I don't give a damn who daddy is. You come in my house, in my
But
icebox. So that's what some people got to deal with. Everybody ain't dealing with the same
that's all I was just
motherfucker.
gonna say, Pete.
but
You that
but
kind of
but
female though. You
hold
got
on.
females that be like,
Until I get a nigga that's gonna put him in his place, he gonna continue to do what he do.
Exactamundo.
okay, but
And
listen,
so
you
Goddamn.
that kind of
and
female
so
that,
that's what I got.
you come in
That's
your
what I
house.
got here.
What if
I got a 13-year-old in there. You know what I'm saying?
what if it was the kind of baby mama that
He had to
like,
be put. He had to be checked.
Yeah.
That's exactly what had to happen.
So you had to check your girl baby daddy?
Nah, not the baby daddy. I mean, I tried. Look, this what happened with him. So you know, the little boy was having some issues in school with discipline shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we trying different methods. And I'm like, well, you got to hold him accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Have you
Yeah.
tried beating his
And
ass?
so I'm like, look, well, get his dad involved. And she like, well, he don't want to get involved. I'm like, well, you still open the door, the avenue for it, right?
Right,
So I'm like, well, look, let me contact him. So I hit him up and I basically let him know, hey, look, he doing this, and this. So
Hmm.
basically, me and him can become like on the same page
Yeah.
in what's going on. That way, both of us on your ass. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He
Yeah.
wanted no parts of it. But at the same time, he's younger. He not there yet. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm way older. I'm way older now. So
Yeah.
I'm the old boy now. So I
Yeah.
know. Look, man. You know what I'm saying? No, shit, we gonna die. These kids is what's gonna be here. So shit,
Hmm.
let's do what's best for them. And what would
Yeah.
have been best if all of us was on the same page with
right.
the
Yeah.
discipline, where if you step out of line even once, all of us on your ass and everybody
Yeah.
on the same page. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where if the one parent really let you slide on this, the other one, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
again, it was a process. But you know,
Yeah.
everybody not ready
It
for
takes
that.
work. It takes work, and it takes a village. You know what I'm
It's like a
saying?
village.
It takes a village. When you raising these kids up. It's just I just see a lot. I see a lot of shit that in this generation that our parents would never allow. You know what I'm saying?
What you
So
mean? Elaborate.
no,
Call it out.
there's a lot of things like, some parents are cool with their kids, being gay at a young age. Me personally, you do whatever you want to do after you get out of my
When you get
house.
out of my house,
You know what I'm saying? See, that's something that I personally wouldn't allow. That I see that parents allow. I see that a lot of people, younger women like my age, well, I'm a middle age, but they're okay with being grandparents. I'm not okay with that. If my kids make me a grandparent before I turn 50, that is gonna be a problem.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's a lot of things that is being supported now that was not.
And I
Uh,
say honestly, it's a lot of things that we as parents are dropping the ball on that our
yeah,
parents was not finna have. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like we got to look at society, man. These
Hold on,
kids are being
hold on, T. Y'all hold on 1 second.
yeah.
All
Come
right.
on back through. I got to finish this thought though.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like kids are being over sexualized. There's a lot of exposure that like similar to what hood politician was saying. The parents didn't argue in front of the kids. The parents wasn't overly PDA in front of the kids. There was ratings on movies and shows, and we were held accountable to that. And also, shit, the TV itself went to the red, white, blue, green, yellow, black lines at the end of the night. Also, so the kids wasn't up all night watching Adult Swim and shit like that to kind of sculpt an impressionable mind past the will of the parent.
I mean, I bite on that bait. Look, if you call out that variable, I say you a day late and a dollar short,
Oh
and
yeah,
then you might as well go take that argument to the Atlantic.
yeah. See, this is an observation. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm only the captain of my own ship. So I
Pete,
mean,
though, this why though? I'm saying it's a new variable in the equation. Is all I'm saying.
mhm.
The new variable is called the internet.
Oh yeah,
And this
definitely.
motherfucker
Mhm.
don't stop, don't turn off. Ain't no time limit, ain't no ratings, and it ain't no limits.
Right.
And
No limit.
every and guess what? And guess what? They put it in the palm of everybody's hand walking. Man, I don't little kids walking around with the cell phone. That's computer. They can get on Google and search. They got access to the world wide web. That
Yeah.
motherfucker there changed the game. You don't need no TV. If they wanted, they could get access to whatever information they need. So
But
now
that
we got to start thinking beyond that old way of thinking. We got to start looking beyond that. Conventional is the word I'm looking for. We got to get away from the conventional thinking of what we gonna call access, or how we gonna put up some type of gate against that. Until we look at that, we wasting our time, because we way past TV ratings and cussing and naked shit.
I,
We we
I
so
agree.
far past that.
I
Like,
mean, but you can control that
goddamn.
in your own home, though. You control that in your own home because I know with my children, I have 3 kids, but in my home, I have 2 underage children.
Hmm.
It's 15, finna be 16. The other one is, how old is that girl? She 12 or 13. She 12 or 13. Oh,
She was born one day.
she born one of them. Look, she 12 or 13. But I say that to say this. My kids don't have cellular phones.
Mm.
You understand? Because
You see,
they're not in no after school activity. Yeah, they gotta call me to come pick them up. No, no, I already know where you at. I know you're in the house. So if they have any access to the internet like that, it's gonna be outside of the presence of my house, right?
Correct.
So at the end of the day, they're still limited. If they do have any access to it, oh, it's very limited.
And see, that's where I think we make the mistake as a parent if you believe that. See,
Now,
because
okay,
because
because before
they
you
friend got a phone.
go
They
there, let me break it down to you. Let me explain to you when I say limited access. When I
uh,
say my kids don't, they're here at my house or at their grandmother's house. They don't go to no cousins, no daddies, no this is where they at. So I see them. I know they don't have the access to them. You don't have a phone. You do not have a computer. If you're on a computer, it's gonna be schoolwork, and allowed to be standing right over you because I know what's on the internet and I know what you might have access to. So now you're only in school 8 hours a day, right? And they monitoring that. They'll take the phones from you for
hmm.
the kids because my kids and then my son is special needs, so I ain't even got to worry about that. They ain't got no cell phones in the school in the special needs class, right? Oh, so I make sure the access was very and like with my oldest daughter, she's 19, finna be 20. No children. She ain't out here chasing no boys. That girl worked 2 to 3 jobs at a time. She ain't out here playing. And guess what? I limited her access as well. Now, whatever you do as an adult now I ain't got, but I don't even got to worry about it.
But do you think that is prevalent amongst our group?
It may not be, but that's still a choice, man. You can do it if you really want to protect your children from the beasts of this world before they're able to understand and digest this world. Before you want them to have experiences outside of you and what you're teaching, then that's your job to limit that. Period.
I mean, I'm
If
not
you don't
saying
have time to do it, then that's on you. That's on you and what you have time or what you feel like you're gonna make time to do.
I'm not saying that it can't be limited or can't be controlled. I'm saying that the I'm pointing out the awareness that the new technology is is moving faster than anybody could have possibly thought. And because of that level of technology, kids are smarter than we ever could have. We not on their level. And just like we were smarter than most of our parents when we was in school, in grade school and shit.
Hey
They
man,
they
speak
they
for yourself. They gonna have to sprint if they gonna run with me.
I'm trying to look, listen. I'm trying to tell you because I'm on my kids' ass. They can't get away with nothing. She ain't finna get away with nothing. Shit,
well,
my
not
mother
that part.
told me she
They
couldn't get away with a bitch ass thing.
they dumb as hell for some reason in that department. They dumb as hell for real. They can't get shit past us. I ain't saying that in that way. I'm saying in the sense of their ability to access information and to have it at any time.
No, I
We
agree
didn't
with
have
that,
that.
man. I agree with that, man. I just saw a video not too long ago. This little baby was crying because the mama wouldn't give him the phone. Soon as she gave him the phone, he do went right back to his little childhood video and soothed himself. And I'm like, God damn, this boy is more technologically literate than I am.
Man, but that's her fault. She put
I
it in.
can't I can't
But
even get back to Facebook.
think about it though. That's not what I'm saying. Let's say if we changed the technology and only made it to where the only access he could do that, it was all educational shit, right?
Right.
That's some he'll be way smarter. We would not be able to compete because we didn't have the technology. What I'm saying is the technology gives them unlimited abilities that we didn't have. Now, although, yeah, right now it's fucked up and it's not being controlled. And if you don't watch your kid, they could be doing anything. But if used the right way, man, we couldn't they'll be running circles around us
He'll
right
call
now. Like
you
right
must not be a
I mean,
computer savvy guy.
as far as academic wise.
You
I
must
mean,
not be
yeah,
a computer savvy guy because, baby, listen here. I'm in school to learn mobile app development. You better get computer
yeah,
savvy and see what the hell
I
your
ain't gonna
kids doing.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, man. I got boys up in here that be coding. I mean, they taught me some things about video editing, and people be telling me how they like my video edits, man. They better check some of Nathan and Ethan video edits, man. They got fire coming out their hand and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the,
You can
the
So
stuff
I'm
that took
saying,
us, all I'm saying is the stuff that took us 20, 25 years to accomplish, they can do it now as kids by jumping on YouTube, watching a video, learning it, and perfecting it,
yeah.
But
and
you
being
can too.
that's yeah, we can now. Of course, we
Yeah,
have the
but
access
the thing
now,
is
but I'm saying
kids is
they
doing
have it. They
yeah,
had it from day one, almost, depending
yeah,
on that age group.
yeah,
They
yeah,
had it from
I
day
agree.
one.
I agree with that sentiment, man. And it's
yeah. I
and it's the right to progression, man. It's actually a good thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's a double-edged sword, and I think that's where we get entangled with the
yeah,
fact that they do have so many more tools than we had, you know, from that
yeah,
little gray box with the number munchers to now. Um, we going off of terabytes. We was going off of wasn't even gigs back then. It was
We was on LB.
yeah, we
Remember?
was on
Uh,
megabytes. You know what I'm saying?
Richard Darling said, because I got some people on wisdom that they can't actually see what we're doing, but Richard Dowling said children these days are spending too much time on screen time and forgetting how to use their imaginations and how to play games like we did growing up. And yeah, I agree with that.
I can
I
agree.
agree,
Once
a
again,
100%.
that is on the parents, man. Listen here. My daughter, my 19-year-old was playing with Barbie dolls until she was like 13, 14 years old. I mean, it's on the parents what you expose your kids to. She didn't have no cell phone. So most little girls ain't playing with Barbie dolls till they 13, 14 years old. My girl was.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. I mean, um, I rear mine in a way that some people might say is sheltered, but at the same time, it's a back door to that too, man, because they know more than what they letting on.
I told mine everything. I peeled every curtain back that I possibly could, just like my mother did. I peeled every possible fucking curtain back and told them the fucking truth about everything. I didn't bullshit them. I didn't sugarcoat shit. I gave them access to the technology. I told them what it was used for. Yeah, yeah, I put them on. My daughter top number two right now. Hitchcock ISD number two. Wood should be number one, but it's number two in the whole for the whole district.
yeah. That's
So I mean, not my youngest one. She like me. She's smart. She could do it. She just ain't with that bullshit.
yeah.
And I
And you
understand. I wasn't with it either.
all kids are just not. Like my daughter, she loves school. My son, he does great, but he don't just like it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it ain't all us. Now I
Yeah,
know you. It man. I've been having this debate, Nate Bum. We've been having this debate. I didn't even ask you about it. Is
Right,
it the parent or is it the individual? Is it the kid?
I
It's the
remember that.
And
individual
and
all day. It's the individual all day long. Children are making choices just like adults making choices.
and
Yeah,
that was the only thing I could conclude that it's a culmination of both. But at the end of the day, the individual, once that individual start making decisions for themselves to go left or right, that son of a bitch it's on them.
I
yeah,
It's on
agree.
them.
I agree, and I think that's what Jay Boo is trying to trying to interject is they're gonna make their own decisions, but it's up to us to create that platform. And
Create the environment.
Right.
So yeah,
Because no, by no means am I saying because I kept my kids so sheltered from the internet or the world that they're not gonna go out there and make bad decisions. I worked in the penitentiary. I know what's up. I done seen inmates that said they came from families that had their parents was perfect and they still got out there and decided they want to do X, Y, and Z and ended up in prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it, but what I am gonna do is protect them for as long as I can. I'm try to keep them as innocent
that's
as long
all we can do. That's all any of
yeah,
us can do. Cause like
yeah,
I said, man, it ain't we doing them a disservice to act like the world ain't out there.
yeah,
We can keep them from all that we possibly can. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to equip them. You know what I'm saying? We can't just push them out the nest. You know what I'm saying? With frayed feathers.
yeah.
How the hell did this come into a baby mama, baby daddy, kids chronicles?
I mean but this our baby daddy, baby mom. This is parenting issues. But listen, y'all did bring up about the discipline. I know we touched on that discipline, and that's actually what the video was
Right.
about.
Come on.
Uh, hood politician. You say you got stepchildren, correct? They live in the house. How does discipline work? Well, how old are these children? If you don't mind.
13, 13, 8. and 5.
Okay. So you have some kids that are within discipline age. Okay. So how does the discipline work with you being a step parent?
Well, I'm, I'm be honest. When they all got here, they all lack discipline. You could tell they ain't had no father figure in the house
Mhm.
eh, for for a long period of time consistently, because that's it was that type of little small discipline shit. No, I'm not using. Appreciate it. He was one not. You know what I'm saying? But
Just being
yeah, they all kind of lack discipline. But I pointed it out with my spouse. Hey, so first of all, was communication with this with your team. You got to get the executives got to get on board. Hey, look, this is what I see. You know what I'm saying? What how we want to address
How
it.
we
This is
gonna?
what I think. And
Yeah.
then it was just a plan of action. And then put the plan in place. So shit, and now they getting it from two parents in the house
Yeah.
consistently at all times.
Yeah.
So do they still slip up? Yeah, but they kids.
Mm.
Man, I'll be the first one to tell you. They still try to get shit by you. You know what I'm saying?
As
Right.
they
So,
they gonna
but
do that.
yeah, it was is communication process, and I do want to touch on that subject because in my previous relationship when I was married, that was something that was not discussed prior to the relationship, and then how discipline should go. Uh, what if we both on separate religious beliefs? How should the kids' religious beliefs be instilled?
Mm.
It's all kind of questions, and then along through the relationship, you find questions that I wouldn't even knew to ask this shit before this shit got started. So I think uh, before we even get to the co-parenting and all that, I thought that it might be more important to try to find and point out, well, how do we even get to that fucking point to begin with, right?
Yeah.
What's the cause of that? The parts that we can control. And
Right.
I think the parts that we can control, I think is a part of getting to know who the fucking person is that you finna try to be with.
Yeah.
And it's so much is variable. And I don't think we spend enough time doing that shit in our culture. As blacks, and that's what I'm talking about. I can't speak for them. I don't know how that. I could speak for us. For us, we don't spend enough time getting to know, like you said earlier, who we laying down with, and it's simple as that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And even when you think you know them, you don't know them. You
Mm.
don't know
Yeah.
because you don't look. You don't hold on. You don't really know a motherfucker till you done went to war with them.
Yeah.
Go through. Yeah, it's easy going when shit good. But
Mhm.
see if you know the motherfucker when shit hit the fan and everything's fucked
Yeah.
up and falling apart. See if you
Yeah.
still know that motherfucker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. See it.
And,
You got
and
real aggressive
that
See
there,
if you still know that motherfucker. I know these
it's,
motherfuckers, but I don't know these
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
you don't
to
think you
really
think
know
you
a person
know him.
is,
But
Shit.
is the number
I think you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
getting
Go
to
ahead.
really, really know your person is like the number one. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes who a person is, sometimes and a lot of times it's displayed within their children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the type of woman that you are, you raising your kids, you can see that, in your children. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, not in all cases. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important. It is very important to get to know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And then like I have to really be dealing with a person. I mean, really dealing with a person before I even expose my kids to them.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I have to really know who you are. Like I have to really know who you are before I even, you know what I'm saying? Because um one, I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And when your children go through things, it's because we put them in positions to go through them things. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? When your children are molested, it's because you put them in most of the time, in most cases, you put them in a position. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm very overprotective over my kids. When I was growing up, we never saw a man in our house till we got grown, till we got older. You know what I'm saying? Then my
I
mama
can
started
agree with
dating.
that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Um, and
I try
that,
to move the same way in that aspect. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. And that's part of the whole the what churns this conversation of how do you move around and jump back into the dating game once you have those responsibilities and how you balance it. Um,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people went into that Steve Harvey craze, and he was on some. The kids need to meet him right away, and I mean, you got to know what's right for you.
Steve Harvey a fool.
I mean, I wouldn't say fool. I would say a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? Because we know for he was patronizing for a woman following for one, and for two, we can't have all these expectations outward, and the skeletons in our closet that had kids. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to be advisory when you might need some advice your goddamn self.
Yeah.
But another thing, like what conspiracy was saying, what hood politician was saying, um, you really don't know until that person is back is against the wall, or y'all done went through some shit where y'all down bad,
Yeah.
and that person reacts to that situation. That's when you know what level of character and integrity that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always, you know, it's like the saying goes, you want to really know a person, make them mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
piss them off or get them
The
drunk.
real this come out.
Right, right.
Man.
I was hoping he would have came right back because I was gonna ask him how the baby daddy situation was with the co-parent situation because that kind of led into the video.
Yeah, that is another. Yeah, that is another aspect because we are used to dealing with what the mother goes through, and dealing with where she sent her kids to and where what happens in that diaspora, but we never really get the stepdaddy's take on
Opinion.
what's happening over here, or the
Yeah.
stepmom's take on what's happening over here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So how y'all feel about the step parent the step parenting
Hands, you want me to
step
go get
parent
some more chips right now? You
disciplining
gonna eat some nachos
uh
again?
the stepchildren, whether it be
Okay,
physically,
cause
because some parents, which we're gonna watch this
well, I
video,
might as well go and get them because I gotta get the
uh
money for you tomorrow.
don't some parents corporate we call it corporate punishment. Let's call it let's call it the correct name.
Right.
Corporal punishment.
Yeah.
Some parents believe in corporal punishment, some parents do not.
Yeah.
For any parents that do believe in corporal punishment, how does that work with the step parent? Should the step parent be allowed
Now,
to
now
implement?
this is my thing. This is my thing. I'm not gonna let um I'm not gonna let whoever I'm with discipline my kids because they're not gonna have to. They bring the problem to me and I'm gonna handle it. Ain't nobody putting their hands on my kids that they didn't birth. You know what I'm saying? I just want guidance.
I can agree with that sentiment to a certain extent for the simple fact that I've kind of drifted away from the respect through fear type of parenting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really South Texas hood ass beating
Yeah.
type of philosophy anymore. But I
Yeah.
will say that whatever you believe in, you need to have the same type of belief in a introduced into your life in that step parent. And then if you want that step parent to treat your kids like their own, then they have to have the same type of boundaries
Type of right.
and yeah, and rights and the decisions on what should be done. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
I
and that and that's and that's one of the hard parts about being a mother.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the hardest things about being a mother. See, that's why it was really hard for me to date when my children were younger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um because um that's why I didn't really just date when my kids was younger because of that right there. You know what I'm saying?
And
Mhm.
it's a hard thing because
Yeah,
at
it's
the
a
end of
it's
the
a
day,
very it's a
at,
very hard thing
yeah,
because
this is not something that we were supposed to be gaining mastery over. We
Well, I'm
were
gonna
yeah,
tell you
supposed
like
to be
this.
mastering uh, dealing with our family fragmented. We wasn't supposed to be mastering um, the children in the household not belonging to the person that you know what I'm saying that you are raising these children with. So it is
yeah,
a hard situation. But at the end of the day, we in America on Earth. So this is not something that is. It's not even rare. So we have to have the idea of, like I say, my wife is uh, um, a installed parent. I ain't gonna say step parent or none, no shit like that because at the end of the day, it's been times where I was out of town working for months on end. You know what I'm saying? And she was really on some aside from some financial shit. On some single parent shit herself, and I'd be goddamn if I call from Chicago or Singapore or wherever I'm at the time and be like, "Look, call me before this is implemented. Call me before this happens because at the end of the day, man, um, it's more than a replacement. I mean, it's nothing dissimilar to laying down, having kids with somebody and raising them together, or laying down with somebody every day that didn't contribute in a biological way, but has to contribute in the every other sense of the situation. So, I mean, like I say, I have gotten beyond the belief of. I mean, it's got to be a lot of channels that's gone through before an ass whipping happens. But at the end of the day, if we do get to that stage, I'm not finna give nobody no badge and say that you are a lieutenant and I'm the captain and your job description doesn't go beyond what I can do.
Well,
yeah,
look, it wasn't hard. Listen, well, I haven't been married, right? And I don't live with no nigga, right? But if I
Right.
was to get married, which my kids are kind of out of the whooping stage, you know what I'm saying? But if I was to have gotten married, which I have lived with like their fathers, you know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. If this kid didn't come out your nutsack, you better not put your hand on this kid. And that's how that's gonna go. And I meant that, and I meant every minute. But I never had no problem with that because I don't have rowdy ass children.
So,
You
so,
know,
but then, you know what I'm saying? Let's take our personal feelings out of it. Let's take our personal situations out of it. Okay, what if you got one kid by him and then the other kid is not by him?
yeah, I
Um,
got that. You know, I got that situation.
right. So
You
then you have a
stay
situation
up in, you
the
stay up in my house,
It's
you
the
live under
same.
my house, and you
It's gonna be
cross
the same
you
issue.
cross an ass whooping line, you get
You
your ass whooped up in here.
you can touch the motherfucker that you came out of your nutsack, but you're not gonna touch this one that didn't come out your nutsack. And this is why I feel that way.
but that's
I
a different
feel
sense
that
of government.
way I feel that way because a lot. But see, this is the thing. I'm not gonna whoop nobody's kids didn't come out my vagina.
I'll be goddamn if I feed that motherfucker. I mean, I'm
You up
anything
in this room, I
anything that
feed
your
you.
dad was supposed to do. If I'm
See, I
doing
just
part
can't
of it,
do it.
if
I'm
I'm
not gonna put
if
my
I'm
hands
if
on
I'm
nobody's
doing part
kids.
of it, I'm going from the end to the start of it.
I just
Nah,
can't do it. But see, I've never been involved with any children that was just, that needed their ass whooped like that. I've never had a dude in my presence where his children were just that damn disrespectful because I just wouldn't have it around me. I wouldn't be able to deal with him.
Look,
That
for,
means you
for,
have damn control over your own damn children.
man,
So
to
for
be a kid is a learning process of respect. Now, like I said before, ass whooping ain't my first avenue,
it
but
ain't,
at the
it
end
ain't.
of the day, man, whatever my parenting beliefs is, I'm gonna need you to regard yourself in that same aspect Like this
Yeah,
is how I want my kids reared. This is how I want them to be raised. And
this how we
if
gotta be on the same page.
I'm telling you that, then that means I'm telling you that you have just as much. I mean, this is this ain't a dictatorship. This is a democracy. And if you're on the same board and got the same plaque on your desk as me, then shit, we can either agree or disagree to what those bylaws are. But nobody's gonna have a different bylaw.
Okay, I can do it. Okay, so let's get into this video, and we're gonna get everybody's opinion.
I'm
Surely.
diving on you, kid. If that motherfucker jump around on my couch, I'm diving on him.
But you know what,
Cam,
kids? I
Cam
remember
with you.
one time. I don't know if you remember it. It was when Brittany had just had
Levi.
it had to be Levi when she had just had Levi, and you had brought the twins and Natalia by my house for me to keep them while you took her to the doctor, to the emergency room, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I told you, I said, look here, Kim folks, if they can't get their ass whooped, don't bring them over here.
And what I say? What I say?
You say, goddamn, Kim folks, they need to be with somebody that's gonna whoop their ass anyway. But
Dive
listen,
on. Dive.
honestly, when your kids got with my goddamn kids, them goddamn motherfuckers like to tow my shit up. They like to tow my blinds off the goddamn them niggas. But I talked to them a couple times and it never got to the point of whooping them because I don't get to just whooping them right off the bat.
Man, look, I gotta take my kids with somebody I know because I know my kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Look, it was gravy. All I told him, I said, listen, I had to tell y'all about 3 times to stop. This what we gonna do. Turn the TV off, lay down, we going to bed. Mm-hmm. I went there, I heard him talking about your mama mean.
Well, don't wait for me to get back to try to put the pen back in the grenade. Hey, look here, man. Look here. I'm gonna let her get away with too much for too long.
I try not to go straight to whooping ass neither. You know what I'm saying? You try to talk to them as much as possible, especially because like, let me put it back on the screen what our friend in Ireland said, with discipline, patience is key. Gotta talk to the kids and get through to their brain and never put a hand on them, because any kind of violence teaches your kids to hit out.
I semi agree. And this is my philosophy on that. Yeah, I wanna feed their brain as much as possible. But you know what I'm saying? If my 3-year-old has a fork and about to stick it in the light socket, I'd rather them get a shock from that pop on the hand than the shock from that socket.
Right. And I think it's almost like a fine line. It can be a real line between discipline and then abuse. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when I would discipline my children in the form of corporal punishment, I wouldn't do it when I was angry.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's what you want to do? All right, bet. You know
I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's definitely, it's not even a fine line, man. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? They put them bumps on the side of the road, not to fuck up your car, but if you fall asleep, it go boop, 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 boop. So you'll know that you veering to the side. Now, if all you had was that guardrail, then shit, that's abuse. You're gonna tear your fucking car up. But every now and then they need to hit some of them little yellow bumps to let them know that they just fell asleep at the wheel.
Well, but what I'm saying is, some parents can go a little bit beyond discipline and it can be turned into abuse. We know because we probably done got some hell of ass. I done called an extension cord. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, we're not gonna go back to the 80s because I mean,
I was gonna say it was a time. It was a time when I grew up in a neighborhood where anybody could whoop your ass. Right. I got my ass whooped by a lady driving down the street and seeing us doing some shit and whooped our ass and went told our people and then they whooped our ass.
Right.
I mean, it so when you like, well, can't nobody whoop the kid, that's their kid. I was raised different. I was raised, man, if you at somebody's house and you acting up, you to do something to get your ass, you can get your ass whooped at somebody's house.
Okay.
And then they're gonna call your people and tell them. And they're gonna call your people and tell them, I whooped his ass, this is what he did, and I whooped his ass. And you'll get home and you'll get another ass whooping or two, depending on who,
Huh? We living in a time now where the teachers at the school molesting kids, the daycare workers molesting kids, the neighbors
They
molesting
ain't
kids.
molesting them. They having full on
So
relationship.
now we're in a day and time where you just can't let everybody discipline your kids because you don't know. You really don't know what's in that person's heart. And like you say, you don't know somebody until you get into it with them. Hey man, people who abuse children ain't gonna show that same type. What is it? They must be thinking. Mute your mic, Pinky. On mute on mic. It's yeah, that's her. Um, you you like you say, you don't know somebody until you get into it with them, right?
Yeah,
So
till you've been through different shit.
somebody who abuses children is not going to show that same aggression towards adults 9 times out of 10, right?
Right, right.
So you're not going to know this person is somebody who is violent like that. This might, a lot of these child abusers, man, listen, I work in the penitentiary. A lot of these people who done killed and abused children, you look at them and their behavior is totally different than somebody who you would think would abuse or kill a child, right?
Right.
So now we're in a whole different day and age to where you can't just let everybody just discipline your kid
Yeah,
because that
and you ain't in your grandma's neighborhood no more. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely have to gauge the environment in which we live. And before I finish, hey Kev, we gonna definitely Kevin Aubrey, we definitely gonna touch on that subject. He talking about child support. And he said you got 6 months left, man. Salute. And we're gonna definitely talk about that system and how it factors in here. But you know what I'm saying? We're not in our grandmother's neighborhood no more. So I mean, of course, Miss Ida down the street is now Miss such and such that you don't know, you didn't grow up with, and this, that, and the third. So you don't know what's going on in
People
their
don't even know their neighbors no more. They don't even know that some bitch stay next door to them.
exactly. So I'm definitely moving past the idea of the neighbor can whoop you and all that old shit like that. Those days are gone. And on
Yeah,
top of it,
they done and over with.
I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of changing my mind frame on that. Was that trauma? Because at the end of the day, man, we have a lot of
Man,
slave.
we was out there cutting up.
We might
Man,
have.
I ain't got no ass whooping that I ain't deserve.
I'm,
I tell you flat, I ain't never got ass whooping I ain't deserve.
you
but
know some
I'm
but
saying
some
that
kids have
that's not. Yeah, some kids have. Like
some kids have
I didn't
been
heard stories, and I didn't seen neighbors where they have a problem with the parent or they have a problem with the kid on some personal shit and be picking with the kid. You know what I'm saying? So um, as you grow and evolve, you understand that it's not white and black and print. You know what I'm saying? You really have to be in tune to the gray area, man. You can't just have some dude that just moved in down the street beating on your kids. That's not what I feel like we're saying. I just feel like we said, it takes a village. Back in the day, the village was a little bit more structured than it is now.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we didn't question Miss Ida for that ass whipping that you know you deserve. But
We don't know who
Yeah.
the village is. You
these
don't
days,
know who the village is.
these days somebody be done whooped your kid ass because your kid done whooped their kid ass. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. So we gotta be cautious, and it goes to presence, and it goes to how involved you actually are. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go down there and be like, "Don't touch my kids." Well, don't you don't know what your kids down here doing because you over there gaming and playing Fortnite and shit, and you ought to be out here
Hmm.
watching your kids. So I
Right.
mean, it's both sides to that coin. That's a cubular.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A cubular situation.
I think you touched on a good point and then I think that's probably 90% of the damn battle right there is you
Yeah.
really, as a parent in this day and age, because you don't have that village to back you, you got to be way more aware what the fuck your kid is doing. And
Yeah.
and I don't and when I say aware, I mean Jada shit sound like she got to sit down, but you really got to and even then, man, because apparently, hell, you don't know your kids apparently, and I ain't talking
Hmm.
about child personally, but
Right.
for the people who
Yeah.
like, I don't know, and the kid done did some crazy shit, run up in there, shoot up the school, some shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Man, I can tell you from
maybe
experience.
we don't know that. Maybe you don't know them either. You don't know what they might. Hell, maybe you don't know what they're capable of unless you're really talking to them and know
Honestly,
their true feelings,
Man,
emotions.
I can tell you from experience, man. I had to hit the ground running, man. When me and my first wife split up, I jumped in those plants, and I was on some 712, 716s, man. And when I started working for myself and actually having time for them, I realized that I didn't know my kids as
At
well as I
all.
thought I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's an easy and a slippery slope to slide down. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's this advice is also to let people know that it ain't something that's being a judgment. It's a fast moving world. It's a fast paced situation, and you got to keep your hands on those handlebars, or
See,
they gonna be ghost riding the whip.
that bring
Yep.
up another point. That's why it's imperative that you have two parents in the house, right?
Exactly.
True.
Yep.
So the one could pick up the slack, and that's why Mama normally will be the one to point to let Dad know, hey, ease up
That's
on
what
this
he
one.
does.
You know, he don't like when you verbal like that. The Mama normally, but this was the but now you got to address another variable. Well, the reason it's like that is because
Yeah.
it's systemically since the 1920s, since they started closing down factories and shit, they sent women into the workforce. So now the
Right.
mom and the daddy at work,
Gone.
and
Yeah.
ain't nobody at home. So the kid not getting that attention that they supposed to get, and then it ain't no village. So
And
shit,
Big Mama 34.
ain't nothing left but to give them an Xbox.
Yeah, Big Mama
Yeah.
34. You know what I'm saying? She out there with Cool in
Big
the
mom in the club with you.
game.
yeah.
Who watching
Yeah.
my kid? I thought buy you a drink.
Yeah. Yeah. They watching they say.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, shit, man, it's a fast lane, and then
It's a new world.
we will look
It's
back and want the kids to slow up, but you know what I'm saying? We gave them those keys to drive that car there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we got to start thinking about teaching them to drive at high speed rather than try to bullshit them. Let's look this because it is what it is.
Yeah.
They in a new world, and in just 10 years, when they in stepping into they for most of our kids, or for some of us, you said we got grown kids already, but for the ones that's coming up in this digital age, in 10 years they'll be in 18, 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be seeing a world that man is we probably need to go ahead and start teaching them how to drive fast. We was
Yeah.
taught to crawl, walk, run. But
Right.
with what they got, with the tools they got, shit, you teach them how to run.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be on that treadmill early.
Shit, that's what I think anyway.
I really just think it depends on your kid though.
Yeah, that
True.
too. That too. Because a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
us was fast as hell back then.
Like I have a 19-year-old. Listen, this
Hey,
child
you think of one of
on
them
social media.
two,
She never has me. You know, I tried to get on social
Fred?
media when she was turned 13. I said, hey, you can have a social, you can have a Facebook now. She just looked at me like, what? You know, and still to this day, she don't really get on
Leave
Facebook.
leftovers.
Yeah.
It just
Leave leftovers.
And those are fortunate times because these days they got TikTok for kids, they got
well,
young
see,
Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
like
So
I said, I think it has more to do with you knowing which your kids individually. That
right,
child, that individual child of mine is more like me. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
She took more. I think she looked at everything that Mama went through. She went through this. She went through that, and she hit the ground trying to get money.
hmm,
It was she didn't hit the ground trying to chase no niggas. She hit the ground trying to get money.
That's a
yeah,
slippery slope to be on, though. I wrote that one since
So
I
I
was
think
7.
she watched and she learned from experience from through me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't lie to her. I didn't just tell her, what I'm saying, off the top that X, Y, and Z, this person did X, Y, and Z to me, woo woo. But I was real with her, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right, right,
I never had to worry about her right now. Like my mom be like, you know what I'm saying? Because she stay with my T Jones. She don't stay with me.
right.
She chose to stay with her T Jones.
She
But
always been close to her like that.
she be like, you ain't finna find out where she going. I was like, man, listen here. That's my child. I raised that. I know this child ain't finna. Man, listen.
Hmm.
I already know. I already know I gotta worry about her. And I already know that anything that she get herself into, she gonna get herself the fuck out of, just like her mama did. She just take after her mama. That just is
Yeah,
what.
that's true.
So,
I 100% agree with that.
Now my
I,
now my two youngest ones, especially the baby. Oh shit, nigga, I'm gonna have to keep her out of prison. Shit, the hell, I already know.
Hey, Jay,
Huh?
Jay, boo. How many kids you got?
Three. Stop playing like you don't know I got three kids, cousin.
Girl, I forgot.
They're young. I'm gonna have to keep her out of prison. I know my kids.
but I think that's that old school parenting. Like I think that I didn't ask my mama because I'm like, why you let them get away with this, but you will get on my ass if I did that shit. And it was and that's basically what she said.
you know her
Y'all all
kids.
different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Different. They different. You can't treat them all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
But,
let's try to draw it back in. Jade, you got that video on deck?
yeah,
I'm getting a couple of questions.
This was what I was gonna ask. Before you dipped out, hood politician. We had touched a little bit on disciplining with the children. Now, I don't know if you ever had to physically discipline your stepchildren or not, but I'm finna ask you, and I'm gonna ask you two different questions. First, I'm gonna ask you, if you ever had to discipline them in a corporal punishment manner, did the baby daddy have a problem with it? How does the baby daddy come in the picture when it comes to discipline?
So this the way I handle it. The 13-year-old, his dad is in the picture. He has a dad. So I don't get physical with him.
Okay.
If I let if he need his ass whoop, I tell his mom, hey, whoop his ass, and she'll whoop his ass if he need physical. But again, he has a dad. The two younger ones, their dad is not involved whatsoever at all. P. Dot period. They don't even know the fuck dude is. You know what I'm saying? So for them, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they in ass whooping age. They 8 and 5, and they the ones be around here tearing up and doing all kind of shit, getting in the shit. They need the ass whoop. So yeah, they yeah.
So let me ask you this. So if the baby daddy was to pop up, and it's just hypothetically speaking, you know what I'm saying? If the baby daddy was to pop up and be like, he the baby pappy. He want to be involved in this and that. And he got an issue with you disciplining kids. How would that roll?
For which one? See what I'm saying? The situation different for the two.
For the youngest ones who daddy ain't around.
It is not even. I try to answer the question, but it ain't even a possible. It ain't even a possible scenario. Like, dude, dip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for them, they happy to have a dad. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't had that. But let's just say, for shits and giggles, some bitch showed up. Well, at this point, it's too late. Kick rocks and get off my property before I put this 9 on you. You know what I'm saying? It's too late, and that ain't how you go about the shit anyway. And at the same time, at this point, I doubt them kids they don't know them. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's too late for that type of situation. But if so, yeah, it wouldn't be no good situation. He ain't gonna play out like that. You gonna have to move around. You have to go through a regular channel like contact, and then get we'll set up to where the kids can come and meet you and shit. And if they want to go, you know what I'm saying, you have to go through a channels. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no. I tell you what, bet no motherfucker show up to. Boy,
so let me
try to this property.
Let me try to rephrase the question in a more hypothetical manner, because I think it's in regards to where she's trying to get to. So hypothetically, what if that father was there the entire time, and as we said earlier, the discipline in the household is based off of what we agree and what we believe to need to happen in given circumstances. What if he's there on a co-parenting situation and tells you, well, I don't want you touching my kids, period.
Again, for the little ones is easy because if they do so, if it's an ass whooping involved, they done definitely did something that they need to get a ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And again, they ain't getting no ass whoopings like we was getting. They gonna
Yeah,
get a couple pops, and they freak the fuck out and go crazy. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't it's a little bullshit. It's
perhaps.
attention getting them. Now
Yeah,
they mama might go and bust their ass.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the little girl, the youngest, she get off easy every time. She pop up 1, 2 times, she get to crying, and it's it. And same for me, you know what I'm saying? She cried. All right, look, just go. If you yell at her, she might cry, and boom, you good. But
yeah.
the middle one, he do some bullshit. He might need an ass whooping.
Little
So
child,
again,
I'm gonna
it's
lay
different.
you down.
It is no one size fits all, and the discipline situation is accustomed or prepared based on the situation for each individual. So if at any point, let's say if one of the other dads decide, well, some kind of way, well they don't want no ass whooping. Well, you can get custody, and when you got custody, you don't have to whoop his ass.
And then, yeah, because honestly, my honest belief in that situation, when a parent, especially the parent that's outside of the household, has no,
Custodial. Custodial.
yeah.
Look, y'all women know the word custodial and non-custodial.
So
Whoever's the
that's
custodial running the
my thing.
show.
When it's non-custodial, my honest belief in that situation is if a person has a problem with or feel like they have to govern the way that step parent discipline their kids,
Well, you should have fought harder.
it's a sense of assumed malice. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with that person, either you feel like that person doesn't have the capability of rationale, or you feel like he feel a certain type of way about you, and he gonna take it out on your child.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's because you don't have confidence in that person
Right,
distributing the discipline.
right.
I'm glad. Okay, so this is my second question. So I'm glad you answered it like that because I'm gonna see if the question gonna be answered the same way on the flip side. Now you got two girls.
Yeah,
Do your girls have a stepdad?
I don't know.
Okay, no, okay. Let's put a hypothetical stepdaddy there.
They don't get ass whoopings. The the the, the um the oldest one, she's smarter than all three of us put together. Like I say, she magna cum laude and all that shit. Like she damn near like an adult. She very astute. Just you know what I'm saying. Hit the ground running.
Yeah,
The youngest one, she's more like me. But again, she if any discipline need to be handed out, they girls and they older. She finna be 11. The oldest one finna be 17 this year. So they passed the whoop stage. You know what I'm saying? They've been disciplined because they had a dad in their life, a mom and a daddy for the majority of their life.
Ooh,
So
you
like
just
they
don't want to answer my hypothetical questions at all.
well, if I'm gonna answer it anyway, I'm gonna go. So I say I doubt that they do anything to get their ass whooped. But the oldest one too old for ass whooping. She passed that stage. So ain't no, if somebody put their hands on her, they're gonna have a problem with me. Period. Unless it's the mama, and it would be inappropriate again. Just like me, I don't really discipline the little girl. You know what I'm saying? A pop or some shit. But even that, I don't have to do that. I can yell at her because I'm a big guy. If I can yell at her and tell her go to your room and go take a nap behind this shit, and she finna cry and be pissed off, it'll be just worse if I whoop the ass. You see what I'm saying? So it's different, but it's not really appropriate for no dude to be hitting no 17-year-old female daughter or stepchild. And if my so I would have a problem with that. I would have a real fucking problem with that. Um, and even with the 10-year-old, I feel like at this stage, the point is I whooped my kids' ass when they was young, so I didn't have to whoop their ass later. I ain't have to whoop no. I can't remember last time when I was there in their life. I can't remember the last time I had to whoop some ass because
yeah.
if once the discipline is instilled at a young age, man, that's it. You got to instill that shit young and let them know what you play and what we don't play around this to
I
Camp
agree.
Hill.
I agree, and
So
that's been my philosophy since they was young. You know what I'm saying? When people might have had any type of issue of my scale of discipline, I was on some. You know what I'm saying? Once they get to X, Y, and Z age, that's when the words come in. You know what I'm saying? But like if I'm next to a stove and they next to a stove, I'm not gonna be like, hey, that is an
hold on,
accelerated.
Richard.
You know what
Richard
I'm
Dowling whoop his
saying?
ass teacher. All right, what it depends on what he did. My bad, Nate. It depends on what he did. All right,
Okay, for
one of
the
them kids went
people,
out there and scratched my
Richard,
car with a car. I scratched it all the way around the car on the hood. I just bought this car. The paint was flawless. I just buffed it out. Scratches all around my shit, all on the trunk where he driving the car around this. I didn't whoop him.
ooh,
I didn't even whoop him. But if I would have did that,
Hmm.
that's an ass whooping. It ain't no talking in time out that's gonna correct that. That's an ass whooping. Don't you never in your life should put no shit by my car.
And what I
So
will,
again,
say to
Richard
Mr.
Dowling, you might not have no kids, or they just are. Maybe you got good kids
hold
and they
on.
don't cross certain
Look,
lines. But it's some shit you can do that you gonna
this
get your ass
our
whooped for
this
that in
our
this
friend,
house.
this our friend from Ireland,
yeah.
and
Oh
what
yeah,
he's
But
responding
what
to
I
is
what I would have to
Richard
say about
Dowling
that,
said, whoop his ass. Teaches your kids to do the same when they have their own kids. Got to break the chain because any kid
mm-mm,
violence is wrong. Any kind of violence is wrong. Period. I'm not hating on anyone, but where does the violence end?
it don't. Not in our culture, because this what
yeah,
we was taught.
that's what I
This
was
what we
finna
was
say.
taught by the
That's what
white
I was
man.
finna say. This is
This what
something.
we was taught by the slave masters. Taught us when the nigga jump out of line, you whoop his ass. That's what we was taught.
Yeah, I got a little bit more of a peaceful route of that commentary when it comes to that.
He got
Richard,
three stepdaughters.
right?
He
So
got three
so
daughters
Richard,
in the
my
street.
my response to that, Richard, would be that you absolutely right. When there's no understanding with that discipline, and you just hauling off beating on your kids because you want them to fear doing it again, or respect you in a fearful manner, I definitely get it. That is violence. That is abuse. Like I say, it's a lot of channels when it comes to dealing with your kids. You got to speak to them in a way that they understand where lines are drawn, and they understand where boundaries are. And I challenge you to think about what America is. I'm going to do whatever I need to do for my kids to come home, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody at such and such PD saying that I'm not finna whoop your kid ass. This is
And
a
I said, we ain't raising no punks around here. The
this
shit our kids might face in school and in life, you can't be no punk. And then that's in every sense of the word. You got to be smart. You got to be fast, and you might need to better whoop a motherfucker's ass.
honestly, this is just as well as an intellectual world as it is a physical one. So I mean, there is times where physical interjection is warranted, and there's other times where you do need to instill an intellectual spirit in your kids to where they don't go out there earning ass whoopings. Because at the end of the day, you cannot whoop your kids' ass, and then they go out there thinking they can do whatever to whoever, and somebody gonna whoop their ass.
Right. And I'm gonna say this because I think what people misunderstand is discipline with abuse.
Right,
Right.
right. So
Because listen, if you don't and I'm gonna tell you like this, if you don't discipline your kids when they're young, somebody's gonna discipline them when they get grown.
and
Because
they
I
gonna
worked
call them boss. They
right, because I worked in the penitentiary, right? And yes,
exactly.
and see this is the thing. In the penitentiary, they teach us that there are steps to intervention before you get to the use of force.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go straight to the use of force
Right,
to gain compliance. You
right.
got to
Mhm.
go through the steps, and it's like 9 goddamn steps before you get to the point where you have to use a use of force.
Physical force. Yeah.
So, as parents, you have to know your kid. Some kids you can talk to them and they get it.
And
They gonna do
disclaimer,
that.
disclaimer. This is
They
not
see that they disappointed you and they won't do it anymore.
right.
Some kids, You gotta talk to them 2 or 3 times, and okay, they be like, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Some kids, you gotta talk to them 3 times, and then be like, all right, now I'm about to whoop your ass because you
Yeah.
keep doing the
And
same
then
thing.
some of them you got to shoot at.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
count and count along and count along.
I ain't like whooping my kids and getting all tired and hitting myself with a belt and
Yeah.
all that shit. Because while you whooping them kids, you whooping the shit out your damn self. You hit
Goddamn right.
yourself with a belt, you gotta chase them all over the goddamn house and shit. I ain't like to do all that. So I'm gonna talk to you. Listen, sit your ass down. Stop. Don't do that no more.
But
I'm gonna take
again,
it from you. You can't do this no more. Go in your room. Go to
when the
sleep.
when the
All right.
kids
Now
have a stable environment with a mother and a father, both engaged in the discipline, you don't need that many ass whoopings,
Right.
if any at
Right.
all. The,
Right.
the
Right.
ass whoopings normally come from single parents that they don't have the time, so they gotta whoop your ass when you cross certain lines.
Going back to the generalistic statement that I said before, we are breaking generational curses. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of what Mr. Dowling from Ireland is saying. It is very factual. It has a lot of weight to it. We got to understand the atmosphere in which we bring it.
Geographical, it's called geographical reference.
Right.
So yeah. We're in a different place, but I agree. But I agree, Dallin, and it's not again. I've never been whoop ass first. If you got an ass whooping, you earned it,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you them kids. I ain't gonna call them what I was gonna say. Them kids that went shot up to school, they ain't got no ass whooping in their life.
Not in their life. And
uh,
piggybacking on that, hey, when the world look at you when you grown and say you better not touch them, it's easy to say when they kid you better not touch them because it's a different plight that we going through. Like you know what I'm saying. Some people can say, "What the hell did you pull me over for?" Others have to say, "What seems to be the problem, officer?"
And darling, until you understand that, you might not understand the discipline practices that some of our culture practices,
well,
but
he
it
said,
keeps our kids from going in that school and shooting that bitch up.
Richard Dawson,
Because every
he
day,
said
every day I'd
discipline.
had somebody in school that I felt like deserved something. Probably not a
Richard,
bullet, but I
Richard,
throw a lunch tray at a motherfucker.
Richard
But
Dawson said
I thought about going home.
discipline is against the law here, and I agree with that 100. Two wrongs don't make a right. The
So
police in
it's
Ireland is
police
against the law there.
it's
He's saying
police yeah it's police brutality a practice lawful
that, yeah.
dispute over there.
Richard is. Do y'all have a problem with police brutality in Ireland? I don't. But see, we don't know what the racial makeup is in Ireland.
Oh, I
Well,
know what the
Richard,
racial
come
makeup
on
is.
into the chat.
Yeah, go
I think it's real
click
like
the
that.
link. Click the link. But what I was finna say is, yeah, that is a damn good question because I mean, if physical discipline is against the law over there, I mean, what do we say about tasing and knees to the neck?
But
And you know,
okay, Nate, you doing what he doing. You not understanding they in a different area.
no,
They
that's what
came
I'm
up
asking.
from the
That's what
so
I'm
so
asking.
maybe
All the way
so
across the
maybe it's
board.
not necessary. They may not have these
Yeah,
problems.
I think he's just asking him. He just
Yeah, I'm
asking him.
asking. I'm asking the dynamics of all of it because you know what I'm saying. I don't. I agree. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm saying that you cannot tap into the diaspora, the mentality of a people, and try to iron out what's wrong or what's right without fully understanding the
The history.
full history and generational mentality there. It's a lot of us that's trying to what they say gentle parent these days. Hell, I'm trying it out. But at the end of the day, I mean, these are not situations that people on the outside looking in um, can have a clear perspective of and say that I wouldn't, or that couldn't be me, or that's wrong, or that's right. You ain't never been in a 400-year-old hole of mental despair and trying to dig out of it and actually gain an understanding of what's wrong and what's right based off of things being taught generationally to be wrong and right for us. Like, yeah, it is wrong to shoot somebody before they had a day in court. But for us, it's not as wrong as not happening.
What
So
he did.
I mean, this is something that we have to understand. Like you say, geographical, cultural. You got to understand what you on the outside looking into and judging.
I agree.
think I because the tone I'm getting from him is he's kind of trying to. I mean, because I don't look at discipline the same as like beating a kid.
Yeah,
Like I
and I think
don't look at it like that. I look at first of all, I don't because I'm never upset when I discipline my kids. I don't be
right.
like
Kid,
piss me off. Let
kid.
me feel. I might wait till 2-3 days down the run and be like, oh, okay, yeah, you remember the other day when you did X, Y, and Z? Now
No,
today
because they'll forget.
now.
Kid got short. They got short term memory loss. They forget. But I got
Sometimes
well,
don't.
look. If you did something to get your ass busted, I'm gonna get you right then, bust your ass, and let you know what to bust your ass for.
But see,
Okay,
So you know
that's
right
why I ain't
then.
let me
let me
with my
throw a
kids a whole
disclaimer
lot
out.
because see,
Also,
it's
a
that
lot of
element of
people don't
surprise.
understand. Let me throw a disclaimer out too. A lot of people don't understand how colorful our language is. So when we
Yeah,
say
we say bust
they,
their ass.
they
Yeah,
thinking a penny from good times and shit, or they thinking of some kid getting strung up and getting his ass beat for
he
hours
got
at
three.
a
He got
time.
3, 4
You know what
pops and
I'm saying?
sent to his room.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, man. We done came a long way from where we got the shit from. I
The
mean,
English bust ass.
yeah, we
You
ain't
remember the movies?
busting out
You remember the movies in them schoolhouses where they be in them schoolhouses in England
here.
and they
Ruler,
had it. They bust their ass over there.
yeah,
Back
yeah,
they so I don't know why they so shocked.
yeah.
He
So
in
we got to
Ireland. That's not England. He in Ireland.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing to because your viewers on here. I ain't gonna say that about Ireland.
I mean, listen,
Well, I'm
some
gonna tell
people,
you,
because listen, I'm gonna say this because hold on. He say I've spent years in prison and done it the hard way. I don't know. I don't want my kids going down the same road I did. I want better from them. Okay, so Richard, do you feel like that? I mean, because what I'm
He
getting,
turned the discipline into
no,
where
hold on.
did you go to prison because you got your ass whooped or what?
What I'm no listen, because he did say earlier that he stopped the cycle. What I'm getting from you is that almost that you went through abuse,
yeah.
and not discipline. I think what you probably went through as a kid might have been abuse, and that's why you feel that way. Because what we're talking about, discipline, is nothing like. I mean, what you kind of making it seem like what we saying.
Yeah,
You know,
because
Can I
it's honestly supposed to hurt you more than it hurt them.
let me interject real quick. Look, when it's same as my mama did it. Ass whooping ain't just some beat down because you done crossed some line or did something. If you getting an ass whooping, that comes with a lecture and a very thorough explanation of what line you done crossed, why it's important not to cross that line, and to not do it again. The ass whooping is just to get your goddamn attention.
Yeah,
That's it, and it ain't no beat down for
yeah.
most of us.
That's what I'm
For
saying.
most of,
Everybody kid out here that talk colorfully like this is not dealing with somebody who are doing people like Penny from Good Times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not burning nobody with no eye. Like, I mean, shit, we can bring my kids in here right now. They probably can't tell you when the last time they got their ass whooped. So, I'm not arguing
but
against what you're talking
but
about.
they know that you will bust that ass
Yeah,
if they cross. They
they
know
know
it's a
my
line too.
capabilities. Yeah, they know my capabilities.
They
And
know it exactly.
and it's not a morbid fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I do feel like I am evolving away from what I used to deem as necessary and what I now deem as gaining respect through fear. So it's even less. But I mean, my kids are fair skinned, the older ones. I mean, it ain't too much I can do to them.
Did,
But
did you get your ass whooped, Nate?
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And
Jada, you got your ass whooped?
listen, I ain't got my ass whooped with an extension cord. I
Exactly. And
was,
and I didn't got my ass whooped was to what could consider today to be abuse. But
but guess
look,
what?
I
Guess
ain't never did no hard time in no
what?
prison. I
That is
ain't never crossed. You see what I'm saying? I
that
ain't
is
never shot up
probably
no
my
school.
last ass whooping. That was my
I
question.
ain't join no gangs.
I
I
ain't
ain't shoot up no school. I ain't get caught up with no bullshit with the laws or none of that shit.
And I think the conversation alone is a delicate process because it's too many examples of um, kids being abused and people riding for a certain aspect of discipline without having the mental capability to
Hey, yo, he
intellect
right.
to they and articulate to their kids in an intellectual way. So it's a lot. I simply say, Richard, it's a lot of this. I'm sure you don't understand.
No,
no.
he understand because
This
look
is
what he
this.
just said.
He just
He
said
said
our
their
parents
parents beat
beat
them, the
us, the
teachers beat
teachers
them.
beat us, the police beat us, the priests beat us. That's why I broke the chain. It's
Oh,
up to
see,
the
so nobody was
he
talking to you, bro. Nobody
he
was talking.
he went through abuse.
You went on site. They on site at your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? They wrote it in some book and told you not to do it, and then they
Yeah,
just told
these
on.
kids, the kids over here beating the teachers up.
The
Shit.
Yeah.
police, the police. Are you saying that the police beat y'all? Oh, you mean in prison? Are you talking about in prison? Because over here in the U.S., you ain't just beat.
No, the Irish police don't play. The police over there don't play. The police probably beat your ass in the streets.
Well, see, that's why he feels that way. Now I can understand why he feels the way he feels.
Yeah, so whatever extreme that you are speaking against, this is not what we're campaigning or allocating that you do with your kids.
How'd
It's
y'all get on discipline? I mean, to the extreme of
Well,
abuse, I guess.
actually, because this video is
yeah.
not
Let's play the
that
damn video.
Play the video. Yeah, we keep missing it.
okay.
Pinky
I'm gonna
gone?
say that it's the video is not
Yeah,
it's
she had to
something
work. So
along that lines, but it's not what you think. But let me just show the video. We gonna
yeah, so I
yeah.
mean, let's really
How
reel
long
in.
is the video?
Oh, this is a little Instagram thing. This ain't long at all.
Oh, bet.
I've allowed you to create false narratives about me in the past, but I will not let you create this narrative when it comes to a child that I have so much love for. Anybody that knows me knows I would never. Girl, shut up. Because ain't nobody going for none of that. Period. Like I said, I called y'all and told y'all what happened to my son, and ain't nobody called me. Y'all waited a whole week, and I had to call y'all back for you to say, "Oh no, I didn't do that." No, with that never happened. Stop playing with me. All that good girl, goody two shoes you be trying to pull, not going for it. Been not like you, ain't gonna like you. Trying to give you a chance, you blew it. Anyway, let you. What the truth? The truth of the matter is that you sitting at home and you so and the only thing that can really take me out of my character is my child. First of all,
Okay, I
delete my
think
sitting
that's
at
good.
home and you so fucking and miserable because whatever going on over there and you pregnant and you got a baby, then that is man is leaving you with his child and you don't like his baby mama. That's what the problem is. But since you saying that I'm lying on you, I have 8 videos to prove to you that I'm not lying. So I'm gonna just start from the beginning. I'm gonna start from the top. Since I'm lying on you.
So
Okay,
so
just
what
stop there and
so
let me.
what happened? I'm confused.
This is what's going on. This is Ari
This is what's
Desiree.
going on.
This is Ari. She has a baby by G Herbo, the rapper, right? She
Mhm.
apparently uh the baby was with the daddy, and the baby came home to her and had a scratch on his knee. This is what she going off about. Now we going
But you tell me that you don't like me too. You tell me all the time. You say I don't love you. You say you're not my daddy anymore, and you love me. And you just tell me to sit down and use this watch. And you just watch Juice World because you just watch Juice World. Yeah, I was watching Juice World. You didn't want to watch Juice World? No, I hate Juice World. But you wanted to watch Tarzan? Yeah. But you watched Tarzan. Huh?
okay. Now what he's saying is basically she was trying to say that the little boy don't want to be around the stepmom, right? The
Hmm.
Mhm.
that G Herbo go with, right? So that's him talking to his daddy. That's the son talking to G Herbo. He's basically saying, "Well, you say you don't like me. You," he said, "You tell me you don't like me." And he was like, "Well, yeah, because you wouldn't let me watch Tarzan." right? Okay, so this is the conversation he's having with his child. So
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you like sitting at home and you
okay,
so
let me go to the next
fucking
slide.
miserable because China. Because I don't. Why not though, son? You always happy every time. When I leave you in the house with her, you be happy. What's the You have to stop leaving me, okay? Okay, I'm gonna stop leaving you. Okay, I got you, son. I won't leave you anymore. Okay. All right. But she hurt you. Did Taina hurt you? Did she hit you or something like that? I was falling. I was falling in your floor. I was falling in your floor. And what floor? Who hit you? Me or Taina? Taina. Okay. Did it hurt? Yeah. And did you cry?
Why they shit? This some bullshit.
Okay, hold on, keep listening. Just keep. Why you saying some bullshit? Let me get your
For
opinion.
one, the conversation should have never been recorded in the first place. Who the
Oh,
fuck
well, we know
recording the conversation?
she's childish. She's very childish.
So that's the problem. I rest my case. Defense rests right there. That's the problem. This some oh man, and I don't know. And there was some weird ass questions to be asking a child and shit. The way he was
Well,
asked.
this is the thing because she's saying that the little boy's saying he don't want to be around the stepmom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So he's asking him. He say, "Well, did she hurt you? Did she hit you? What? Why don't you want to be around her?" That's why I kind of feel like the little boy. Let's just keep watching so we can get into it.
Did he cry? Yeah, I did cry. Taina. Huh? She was being mean to you? Yeah. Why did she be mean to you? Because she's bad. She's bad? Yeah. Okay. So you don't want to hang with Tata anymore? So, I'm gonna call the police on her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call this police.
See, my line of questioning would have got a little bit more specific because
Well,
that's
hold on, because it goes further.
I'm gonna just do this and just like. Do you wanna see her? No, I'm just gonna show her.
Now she recorded herself talking to the child.
You gonna shoot who like that? China?
I feel like he being staged. That this is prepped.
That's what
Like
I said. I thought that too. I was like, but hold on, it ain't done yet. Like,
they soliciting the questions that's been
Fall or
pre-prepared.
was you standing up? Was you threw a pillow? I was fall. Did she help you up?
now listen to what he said.
Did
She
she help you up?
said the girl threw a pillow at him
mm-hmm.
and he fell.
Yeah.
You said it before, like she just beat the boy up. So she
Yeah.
threw a pillow and he fell. But let's get into it.
So
Why are you so angry?
What you say?
I mean, we do have to question the intent or the
Okay,
vigorousness
because
of the
they was
throwing
going
of the
back.
pillow. But at the end of the day, man, a throwing of a pillow ain't never hurt nobody. Now he could be insightful on whether or not this lady like him in that sense, or if she showing any type of malice due to her feelings about the baby mama. But I still haven't heard anything where physically like he was in a morbid danger or she did something over the top to him. Now I can't disagree in saying that um, she making up the idea of the boy not liking her because she clearly don't like him. That could possibly be going on, but that doesn't mean that somebody aside from mental abuse is abusing your child.
Yeah.
I think it's all bullshit.
That's what I
Okay,
said.
y'all get the picture. And I have 8 more of them videos. So don't ever tell
Well,
me
you
that
sure
I'm
got
trying to create a
the
false
worst one.
narrative about you doing nothing. And stop coming out
That,
here talking about
that
somebody bitter. I'm
that's
not
the
bitter.
worst shit she can
Bitter about
find.
what?
Some
If
some
you got
shit that to
April,
me.
If you listen to how she's talking, listen to what she's saying now.
About what? Please explain to me what I'm bitter about. Nothing.
She sounds
Nothing
like
at
a
all.
bitter, mad, angry baby mama. The girl don't sound like she's somebody woman because you know this money bag your woman. You don't sound like you're somebody whole woman. You sound like you're married behind your baby daddy being with somebody new.
and honestly, I spoke with Pinky a little bit before this whole thing, and I wish she was there here to tell her own rendition or phrasing on this settlement, but that's what she was saying. She was basically saying that anybody who have these type of problems is due to somebody still having feelings in that situation. So
Yeah.
somebody still feeling a certain type of way about somebody. They didn't want the breakup to happen, or they didn't see the value in that person until they moved on to somebody else. But I mean, this is definitely not a situation where somebody is actually in fear of the safety of their kid.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I have no reason to be bitter about anything. So please stop with it. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna sit on the internet and
why
come on
would you
here and
even
lie
go?
about my
See,
child,
to
saying
me,
my child said something
I'd have
negative.
called bullshit and felt the whole thing was suspicious because, bro,
Why you
I
don't
don't go
trust
to social media. I don't go to social media with my personal business.
them?
Well, you
Period.
know this new era. That's what they do though.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody
go
do.
to social media airing out dirt. I mean, why would you? I don't know. You right. That's the new shit,
That's
but
the
I
new
ain't
era.
with that.
That's what they do. So we can't really say because this is just what they do.
Yeah,
So you know.
yeah, Benzino.
Absolutely never said or came home and said something.
Why?
I just saw Benzino going to jail on social media. I mean, they out there. They all the way out there. It ain't nothing to personal or private use.
Yeah, ain't nothing personal private no more out here.
My child have been around you for years at this point. Why would I just decide to?
So you hear that? This child been around this woman for years.
That child don't seem like he been around for years. So that means y'all been having
Yeah.
issues the whole time.
I mean, he's nothing but like maybe three.
Yeah.
So what
So I
that
mean, who
I
beats infants?
don't know the history of their relationship, but it kind of sounds like somebody
Right
left
now to
somebody
be
for
like,
somebody else.
no, let me just be mad and just say your son sick. For what? Why?
Man,
My
if
baby
I was a
goes to LA.
celebrity,
He's with you
you,
24/7.
I'd be
His dad
like
is never off
Denzel.
him.
You wouldn't know shit outside of my movie finna drop.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, you this new generation, man.
And honestly, I raise an eyebrow to anybody who have to try to defend somebody else's perspective or somebody else's um, um, feelings on why they doing something. I don't give a fuck why you feel like I'm doing it. If I'm doing it, it's because I'm concrete in my belief in it. So I'm not finna try to diminish somebody saying, well, somebody gonna say I'm doing this because this or because that. I don't give a fuck why you think I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I feel it to be the right thing to do. And even if it is the use of social media, I'm shit. If I feel like my kid is being in a situation where he's being abused, whether it be through the police or through intervention with the other parents or on social media, I mean, I'm gonna put it out there, and that's just it. I'm not finna defend why I did it.
Yeah. Good night, Richard.
Hold it down, man.
Make
Hey,
sure you
thank you,
subscribe.
Richard.
Make sure you subscribe
I
and
don't
like the
even know if
video.
we're agreeing to disagree or not. You know what I'm saying? I understand that our backgrounds are probably a little bit different, and we look at things a little bit different. Um, but it's not a clear cut black and white. We gotta troll through the gray a little bit.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on Rebellious Jewel TV on YouTube. Let's get back into this video.
Even there. Why would I create just this specific time to be mad at the babysitter? Why? I
Yeah.
don't have ain't no reason to lie. When my son come,
Y'all hear that? She
Why you
said a
The
calling
baby.
her?
baby stuff.
She
Yeah,
said a babysitter.
I mean, it's telltales all throughout this shit. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all got this bit of triangle going on, and Moneybag, yo man, get your girl, man.
That's what I said. Where is your man?
Mom had some. Did you have fun with your dad? I don't say what was the girl doing. Was the girl? I mean, it's none of my business. I'm not worried about that. I want to know what's going on with my child and his father. It has nothing to do with you. But when he came home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He had some scrape on his knee, like he was bleeding, and it was healing. And I said, "What happened?" And he said, "Oh, Taina, I was running, and Taina threw a pillow at me, and she made me fall." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, did she help you up?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, what was your daddy at?" My daddy wasn't at home. I
They
said,
could have been playing.
"Okay,
You know what I'm
that's some
saying?
knives getting."
That's some petty ass bullshit,
Yeah,
and
because I
she knew it.
pillows at kids all the
That's
time.
the worst kind of bullshit right there, dog. And then go to social media with that shit.
Y'all see? That's what I said. I
This,
said
this,
it was
this
bullshit
whole
more
case
than
is as soft as that pillow. There's no concrete evidence here.
tricky. So he like she threw the pillow, he fell,
He
whatever.
had a
He
little
was bleeding.
scrape on
Said
his
she
lip.
didn't help
He's
him
a
up.
fucking kid. He
I'm
gonna have
not
a
gonna
life
allow
on
you.
where that
That's
come from.
what. So delete my son off of your page that my baby goes to LA. He's
He
with
got a
you.
page.
You can play that with the internet, but you're not
No,
gonna
she
play it with
want
me.
her to delete
Delete
his
my son.
pictures off her page. That's some extra ass shit. I put some more pictures
Your
of.
3-year-old got a page. Who
Nah,
created it?
nah.
no,
She's saying
she's
delete
telling
her
the
profile
other baby
picture.
mama to delete her son's pictures off her page.
Now you want to control her social media.
I'm through. Hey, can we go to a different topic? I'm through with this shit, man.
She trying to cancel culture the baby mama.
Son
I
off
ain't
your
even got.
page. Stop making it seem like somebody lying on you. It's it's not. It's never given that. Like for real. Cause what reason do I have to lie on you? You babysitting my son. I don't want to be mad at you. I want to be able to drop my son off so I can go do what I want to do. But the babysitter done messed up. So
Oh shit.
I don't want my son around you. Y'all never even, if somebody was to call me and say, I can't imagine my man calling me like, yeah, my son said he saw my baby mama, you did this, that, and the third. I'm finna call her. Y'all done let a whole week go by. Ain't nobody even said nothing to me at all.
You supposed
Ain't
to
nobody
call
said
her,
nothing.
damn it.
Nobody called me. Yeah, let's figure this out. Well, let me speak to your son. Nobody
She
called. Neither one
said
of y'all ain't
call.
called me. Y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all
So
waited a whole week
this
and
is
then
why
I
I say,
called.
man. This is why I say, man. In the first place, this type of arrangement wasn't meant to be mastered, man. And we live on Earth in America, so it does happen. But shit like this, I feel like they trying to celebritize, if that's a word, every fucking thing. And you know what I'm saying? We got to get to the basis of the most important commodity that you have are your children, man. So even if you're not with that person, you still have that obligation to rear those children
Is
in the most healthy
is,
and
is
responsible
she
way.
is she really representative of most baby mamas in our culture though?
No.
Is this situation in her? Is she representative of most of them?
I'm gonna say
I would say the ones with the bitter
listen,
bill face.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If you would put it to some numbers, if I just gave it a raw estimate number, I would say this could be maybe 20%. I'm not gonna say most women are
I
doing
don't know what era you living in, but I mean it's more than 20.
Where
I ain't
you at with it? Where you at with it, Nate?
me. Um, the the fact that we have a whole bunch of baseless relationships and having kids out of it, I put it well into the 60 percentile.
God damn.
You put it in 60 percentile when
Yeah,
when
man.
getting to walking out on
I
the
feel like a
cherry.
healthy relationship, a healthy breakup, a healthy co-parent is rare. It ain't no 20%.
Are you saying on both ends, or you saying
On
on the
both
woman?
ends. On both
Oh,
ends.
okay. See,
Children having children. Children
he
having
was
children.
asking
You have
specifically. He was
uh
asking specifically on the woman's end.
oh yeah, so
So
that 60 is on both ends.
so let's split the difference. I'm gonna go 42% then. I'm gonna split the difference between y'all.
You sound like you negotiate.
But I think it's realistic.
Listen,
I
listen.
think it's a
I ain't
realistic
gonna
number.
put that out there because we know they are. But man, listen, we ain't even gonna get
I
into
say
the.
more often than not, Ken folk. I say more often than not.
I've been blessed.
I rarely see a healthy situation when it comes to how ugly the breakup is and how the kids get caught in the middle.
Look,
I rarely see.
you looking at one. I've been blessed. I mean, I got an ex-wife, but I don't have a baby mama. She never gave me no drama, never gave me no shit, never tried to hold the kids from me. I mean, once the shit was over, it was over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ever since then, you know, if it's been basically cordial. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with her. She don't fuck with me. If I need to talk to her, I talk to her. But that's about it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
we'll say that she in the 40 to 50%, but at the end of the day, it ain't no goddamn 20. It ain't no 20%.
I said 30.
Man, I say shit. Good luck. Be careful. I mean, at the end of the day, my situation is more rare than anything. You know what I'm saying? My older three, I have them independently, and you know what I'm saying, not solely due to my liking or uh, towards my doing. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have the same experience when it comes to how bitter a baby mama can get when it comes to them automatically being the custodial parent. But I will say that I got a lot of brothers, cousins, friends that deal with this same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? One or both of them still got feelings. If they ain't got feelings for each other, they got feelings of how it happened and who fault it is and still mad.
And they can't work it out. And you talking about and it's affecting the relationship with the kids.
Definitely, definitely. If you could, I mean, just think of it in this sense of the word. The highest amount of need when it comes to raising kids, period, is communication. So if you had some fucked up communication within the relationship to where the relationship ended, so how many people gonna then have good communication afterwards?
I'm gonna say some shit. It's radical.
The people to eventually start doing the work on themselves. God damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say some shit. It's radical. Y'all might fight me. Y'all might fight me for it. But I don't know if I just started this just now. So I don't know how well I stand on this shit.
Come on.
But I think we need to move past the co-parenting situation and move on to your next situation. Because that
Yes.
What you mean?
I think like the situation I'm in, I'm best at dealing with the situation I'm in and these kids in my house. She better to deal with the kids that she got in her house with whoever she with in her situation. And if we need to interact or assist, then yeah, we can reach out. But outside of that, it's maybe we need to get past that shit. Fuck all that.
Hell no.
I mean, so what type of relationship do you have with the kids if it's not a co-parenting situation and you going out?
If you think, all right. Again, I say this some radical shit. At the end of the day, we fucking mammals, and in any fucking part of the wild, that shit don't matter. It's your mama that's gonna matter at the end of the day. If you got a good mama, you gonna be all right. It ain't gonna matter if you had your dad there or not.
Nah, that's what. You know what? That's the problem. See, that's the problem.
Don't blame
You
me.
know what? Hold on. See, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Just
Let's get into the shit then, because that's the problem in the black community right there. Because the father has walked out of the
Yeah,
home.
I don't think
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Let me make that clear. That's not what I'm saying.
But see, this is the thing. If you relying on another man to raise your seed, then no, that ain't gonna work.
Well, see, that's different. We ain't talking about me. Again, we ain't talking about me because I done raised mine. Trust me, mine gonna be straight.
About any, okay, so what you saying? So you saying that? Hold on, break this down to me like I'm two.
Okay.
Because because what I got was that you were saying that the man, the baby needs to move on in his household with his wife.
Just move on. You lost the woman and the
kid. Needs to move on in her relationship in her house, and the kids. And goddamn it, if the kids need you, they'll just call you when they need you.
Almost. Imagine how much bullshit that'll cut out, though.
I'm not saying that you have to be involved with the baby mama, but no, you need to see your kid on a regular motherfucking basis, whether it be every week.
Let's get past that. But we talking, hold on. But we ain't talking about a regular situation where the nigga can see his fucking kids at any time anyway. We talking about this 40%. We talking about baby mama drama and all this bullshit that's involved. With what I'm saying, you'll cut all that bullshit out. Everybody just go their separate fucking ways. If you the non-custodial, well then goddamn it, you ain't custodial shit. Go find your new goddamn family and run that one. Because you're not gonna be able to play, you're not gonna be able to play that other
Oh my
fucking role. The-
God. Oh, yeah. You
Take your motherfucking ass. Look, if you the dude and you got the kids, well, don't worry about that bitch. Don't worry about looking for no help or no assistance. Go on with your fucking life, and because at the end of the day, that co-parent shit ain't gonna never be able to amount to two parents in the house, whether they step parents or not. To two parents in that house who both on the same page and doing what they supposed to do consistently, telling you what's right on your ass when you cross certain lines, whether it be corporal punishment or just having you take some. Sometimes we take shit away, right? Or we limit shit. So the point that I'm making is, at the end of the day, that's the environment that's most conducive for the child. Two parents in the household. It ain't the fucking two parents working together, co-parenting, dropping each other off, bitter and having attitude and all that shit.
I can agree with that. Like I said, we wasn't meant to master that,
but hold on.
We have to.
Let me say this, because we forget that the divorce rate and the relationship rate in the Black community ain't that high. I mean, it's high. Like the divorce rate is high. Mm-hmm. The relationships end quickly. So now you saying that this woman needs to move on with whoever's in her household. What if that man in her household don't last but 2-3 years? Then she got to move. What about?
She need to look in the goddamn mirror.
No, it ain't okay. Well, what if she decide not to move on and do the work on herself?
What I'm saying is she needs to look in the mirror in the sense of who is you with, and see, I'm biased because I was in that relationship for 11 years and we was together for 13. So my kids had a full scope of having their goddamn daddy there, so they different. So it's a different situation. So yeah, at this point, yeah, she can live her fucking life. I got contact my kids. My kids talk to me. I talk to them.
I'm talking about the children. So right. If you remove yourself, if I ain't gonna take you out of it, if a man removes himself as the father and puts himself in a whole nother home with another house or whatever, and just, my kids just call me if you need me or whenever, because you got a stepdaddy over there. Okay, so what if that stepdaddy don't last but 2-3 years or he dies or something?
See, okay, you only
absent ass father. No, right. What I'm saying,
I get where you coming from, but you only looking at it from a perspective of a single Black mom.
No, I'm looking at it from the child's perspective. That's not
okay. So look at it this way. Not all of these relationships gonna end up with the woman with the kid, although that's the way it seems. Not all of them wind up with the woman with the kids with the woman. Sometimes the kids go with the dude.
Vice versa.
All right. So let's ask Nate. Nate, did your kids wind up with you?
Okay, if the relationship is over,
right?
That's cool.
Right.
Your kids wind up with you, Nate.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, has their mother being in their life been a critical component to where they are now? Or is it that you, in the situation you got going in your house, has been what's most critical, whether that be with
trash ass mama.
Hold on. Before we get there, yeah, I hear you. I ain't doing no tripping on that. Yeah, I mean, it was a situation where it was a hand washing. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that the whole time. I would say never a critical component. An iffy situation from the beginning that ended up being obsolete. I still feel like in an ideal world, they should have had some type of connection and some type of natural experience with their mother. Now, how it changed or affected who they are as people, I never know, because I can't say what they would have been if the side was flipped. I will say that me and my wife, God bless me for having the type of wife that I have, we ain't missed no step. So I mean, it wasn't no step situation. It was a complete installment. That's why I don't want to use the step, because at the end of the day, they still got a mother. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I think that's more what I'm leaning towards, that is it depending on not this not gonna apply to
They got a
everything, Jada.
trash ass mama. If the mama not trash, I no, that child needs a mother. What he's saying is, if the mama wasn't a trash ass bitch, he would want the mama to be in their life. It would be the ideal situation for their mama to for them to still have a connection with their mother.
But okay, but the woman you with, how is she as a mother?
Shit, sensational. Sensational.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is if Nate replaced that mother with this mother, as long as they had that mother, it don't matter about that the previous mother. We the ones who tied up in this ritualistic shit that is obviously not working and not set up to be that way because we haven't been able to successfully do this shit in our civilization ever. Ever.
You want me to tell you why I wouldn't agree with you? Because if
Go
you
ahead.
ask children who have been adopted, why do they go looking for their birth parents if that was true?
That's what I'm saying. It's
But that's
still some type
different.
of void that I wouldn't
That's
understand.
not apples to
How is
apples
that
though.
different? They
That's
had
not
no
apples to
connection
apples.
to their birth parents. How is it?
That's not okay. So when I say, all right, when I say that basically both parties, when if it's gonna be a split, should just split. I'm not saying just fucking forget you ever fucking had kids. I'm not saying that by all means. What I'm saying is, as far as seeking for a cooperative, co-parenting situation, those parties should just concentrate on their individual households. And because that environment is what's going to be most conducive, and what's going to matter the most is not going to be that you made all these attempts to make sure the dad was involved. Yeah, that's going to come into play. It would be great if he is involved, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make the difference. It's going to make the difference who's in your fucking house.
I
That's
mean,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know because if you ask children who have, the parents that there and the step parents, there is one blended household. You got mamas, the mom inherited mom and stuff like that. They would tell you something different. If you got a toxic situation, then
Right.
that's why people feel that way. When the situation is toxic, that is not a co-parenting situation. When we're
Right.
talking about co-parenting, we're talking about a healthy situation. That shit we just seen was not co-parenting. That
So
was
yeah, I would
toxic
I
parent.
can we can meet halfway then, and we can both agree. So for situations that I'm talking about, it's best to just move the fuck on. We talking about them what y'all
Toxic
call
parent.
it
We gonna call it toxic parenting because it ain't
toxic. Yeah, we talk
toxic.
about that toxic shit. Just move the fuck on.
Mm.
Because you're doing that's better anyway. Because you keep bringing the child into that drama and bullshit.
Right.
It's not helping. But you're right. In a healthy situation, yeah, they should both work together. But at the same time, I'm realistic. What if it's a situation where the parents in different states now? So it ain't easy. So again, it's not. It's I still feel the variable gonna come into play of location, of access, of who's right there when shit goes wrong, when you need something. It's the people who right there every day, every day, every day. That's who gonna matter in your life. Now it's different. You talk about a kid who ain't never met their fucking parent. We ain't talking about that. We talking about situations where obviously the situation didn't work out. And for most of the time, for us, seemed like it happened when the kids is young, like you saying, Jada. It don't last long. 2-3 years, that should be over, right?
Right.
So you are dealing with younger kids who really don't understand. So that is a variable that yeah, it probably wouldn't apply to. Maybe a kid 2-3 year old, they do need both parents in the household. But at the same time, I feel like if the mother if the custodial parent finds a new significant other, and that significant other is fulfilling that role, then the other role gonna become obsolete anyway. Although they may have contact, it's gonna increasingly become more and more obsolete to the kid because they have it right there.
Okay, so speaking of
Knowing
speaking
that they
of
know their parent, they can call their parent, they know their real parent, but they see this person been there every day, all the time.
I mean,
So
I see what you say. I mean, I guess maybe that's because of our culture and what we have been exposed to. Because I see it in white households. You see it with white households all the time, where you got brides being walked down the aisle with both dads. It must be our culture. It got to be our culture.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything that looks sweet ain't sugar either. So you know what I'm saying?
No, fuck that, Nate. We let's call it. We here to talk. We here to spit it. Now you got politician here. We gon' She right. It's us, bro. We ain't. We don't know. We don't work together well. We not. They can get further than we can because they know how to fucking go along and get along.
Yeah.
They know that they will. Yeah, man. You just seen healthy white folks. Whether it be the previous parent, the stepdad, another ex, and they cordial and they doing the damn thing. But we can't do that shit. We ignorant. We
Why
can't do that shit.
do you think that's because people haven't healed from the hurt that was caused during the situation that they was dealing with the person?
You mean like slavery, the legacies of slavery,
I mean, in a situation between a baby mama and a baby daddy,
like trauma from the relationship?
the trauma, the trauma in the relationship, it being a bad relationship or a situation, whatever they were doing.
Yeah, it play a part. If I'm being
But
honest,
a lot of that trauma is. I mean, when do personal responsibility come into play too?
It
You know
comes.
what I'm saying?
No,
Because
no.
at the end of the day, man, it's a lot of people that's sitting there with that type of trauma that done had kids with people that knew goddamn well they shouldn't have had no kids.
Well, this is the thing. It's all accountability. But the thing is that if people don't decide to heal from that trauma, then they will continue to be angry. They will
Okay, so
continue to be angry about the situation that they was in with that person if they don't decide to heal from that trauma.
right, right. I
and
mean,
shit, they might not be able to heal. They might, because I'm telling you, a relationship, especially you think 2-3 years. Imagine being
especially
with a
if you keep
person
on going.
13 years. It's traumatic. It took some time, but for me, it was a different trauma. It was trauma that the shit was over and I couldn't fix it. After all the attempts, I couldn't fix the shit, and now it's actually over. And then it was all kind of stage of that shit. So yeah, it depends on what kind of trauma you're talking about. For me, it was the trauma of knowing that this role is over and accepting a whole new role. I'd have moved on in a different city, got to start over from scratch type shit because I left everything. You know what I'm saying? I took my clothes and shit and moved the fuck out. But again, it takes time to get over that trauma. And during that trauma period, you're right. It wasn't no seeing the kids because ain't no communication at all right now because everything on lockdown because it's heat.
That's
It's
So
because
heat.
and that's the base. That's
relationships like that is because the situation that they came out of, it was either toxic or no, it was toxic, period. Whatever the case may be, whether they were together, whether they were just a booty call, whatever the case may be.
speaking of. That's what I say. That's the base trauma. The base trauma that we speaking of right now. But what I'm trying to interject is the habitual behavior of how am I going to get over this wound or this trauma? Well, shit, why the fuck would you go get with another goddamn butcher knife and you done got sliced by one
And
already?
that's the problem with both sides.
Right.
With the man and the woman, nobody's taking the time after they
Get
get
you a
out of the
spoon next time.
relationship to heal themselves. And then they keep going on into another relationship and
That
there's more
butcher knife look big, shiny, and sharp, but I mean, you might need to get you a fork or a spoon.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But I mean, since we're using the verbiage of custodial, let's dive into the child support game. How do y'all feel about that system?
I ain't got a goddamn thing to say to Ken Paxton.
Me neither. Fuck that nigga. He ain't did shit for me. Look, I can't collect a dime of that shit. That nigga ain't did shit for me. Fuck.
Look, my ex filed child support on me. At the time, I had to lost my job. I'm unemployed. I got no income, no unemployment coming in, and she filed child support. I'm like, why you doing this shit? Basically, she trying to get CHIP or Medicaid, and basically if you gonna If you're gonna apply for the social aid, you gotta apply. You gotta put the nigga on child support or some shit. Anyway, basically, he's saying they forcing her that she got to do this shit.
Man, but yeah, they not forcing. I mean, and I'm not trying to be over judgmental
No,
or like that, but we can't get
I think so.
Hold on, kinfolk. No, they do.
They do.
No, I know that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, hey, y'all got to remember, shit. I'm kind of twisting this plot. You know what I'm saying? So, I done went through all these channels. I know the verbiage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that it's a lot of people that feel like that. You know what I'm saying? That's your starter kit. That's breakup starter kit is what I'm saying.
No,
the way it was done. The way it was done.
Let me say this about child support. I'm gonna say this. Every system in place is going to be abused.
Mm-hmm.
Every system.
True.
The IRS system is
being abused. This one.
The food stamp system is being abused.
Every
system in place is being abused. The child support system is set up to give people assistance when they cannot get it for their children. That's what I feel that it's for. When you need assistance and you cannot get it.
It's a goddamn crutch. It's a handicap and a fucking crutch to not move the fuck on.
No.
It's just as much as an economic scam as Christmas.
Hold on. Because when you come from my side, from a mother's side, that cannot get assistance from these dudes, right? Except one is voluntary. That motherfucker, he gonna work, he gonna take care, he gonna do that. But the other two I can get no assistance from, right? And this is the thing with me. I never wanted child support in my life because this is the thing, them bitches in your business. They hinder you from getting, listen, I don't want to be on welfare any motherfucking way or none of that shit. But child support hinders a lot of stuff and they're in your goddamn business. I never wanted to deal with those people. Matter of fact, I never even wanted the niggas' money because this is what child support is. 20%. 20%. We talking about that don't take care of shit.
That's a lot though. It ain't 20% on their end.
They take a little small percentage.
Well, that's how mine's is my baby dad is 20%.
It's 20 for one kid, it's 25 for two kids or more.
So,
man, I got a brother. I don't know what the fuck.
Can I finish?
Go ahead, my bad.
So, when you coming from my side and you tell a nigga, hey, listen, I don't want your money. All I want you to do is take care of your kid. Don't give me shit. Buy diapers, clothes, shoes. Do what the fuck you supposed to do. That's all I want, my G. I don't need you to pay my bills because I'm gonna do that. And motherfucker still don't get no act right. What else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go down there. Hey, listen, say. Soon as this nigga, he don't want to cooperate. This is what we finna to do. This how we finna roll with this. You know what I'm saying? So child support is there for a reason, to hold people accountable for not taking care of their kids. Now, will people abuse it? Yes, you will have. Listen, I had a homeboy that told me point blank, this nigga was a drug dealer. Let's be real about it.
That ain't the truth.
He was a drug dealer.
I just want you to know that that's not why they enacted child support laws. I just want you to know.
Let's be real about what is because when we break it down, let's be real about what let's be real. Let's break it down. I got a homeboy that nigga's a drug dealer. That's all he's ever done was sell drugs. Ain't never had no damn job, right? So if you take this man down here to child support, you're going to get 20% of what? Minimum wage. You're gonna get 20% of minimum wage, which is nothing, right? Opposed to what this man was doing already for this kid, because you're mad, you're gonna go down here and file child support. So now guess what this man done said? Oh, that's how we gonna roll. Now
well, that's all you gonna get.
My life, and I got this and this going on, and now you put these people in my life. Well, guess what? Now I'm not gonna give you no extra assistance. Now you can take that child support and do what you gonna do, what you can do with it, which was nothing, right? So now she fucked herself by using this bullshit system that only gives you 20%. Because if you got a nigga that's not making no money, that funky ass 20% don't pay for shit. It ain't gas, it ain't daycare, it ain't nothing. Period.
Right. Okay, so that goes to add to my point. You know what I'm saying? We we can argue that it's a system in place. Every system that's in place is whether that's the underlying for real or not. It has a legitimate reasoning behind the reason why the system is in place. But the way that it's been weaponized, now you say that people will abuse I mean, food stamps, they'll abuse everything else. But the way that the child support system has been weaponized by said group mixed with another said group, this is a situation that is to cripple anybody who had any intentions of doing anything to the right for their children.
Exactly. Man, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay, but let me ask y'all something. I mean, because let's be 100%. Let me ask y'all something. 20%, you telling me 20% is really taking a dip out of a nigga paycheck?
I don't think that's the point.
That's what
I
I don't
think
even think the breakdown is 20% for real. For real, like I said,
that's
I know niggas that's paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for
it,
one
it depends.
kid, and
It's
it's
based
not
on it's a
20% of
percentage.
their income.
It's a
Yeah,
percentage on their income. So the more the nigga make, the more he gotta pay.
No, what
Yes,
I'm saying
yes,
is
I
this does not
understand that.
reflect 20%. I'm saying literally, this does not reflect 20%. This is just a number that they pulled out their ass and told them that's what he gonna pay monthly.
But
Oh,
On
I
then,
see what you said.
and on the other end, I was awarded $25 for 3 kids.
they ain't do it off of a minimum wage.
$25. I don't know what wage that is.
It's because he a guy. It's because he a dude. She'll see,
That's what
and
I'm
I ain't even
saying.
know they could do
It's
no
a
whole shit.
system that has
Cause
been
look, I
weaponized.
ain't had no income, and they busted down to what
Oh,
you said,
you know what?
20, 25%
You know why they
of,
gave
of minimum wage.
you know why they give you $25? Because that bitch a damn waitress. That's why.
I don't care what the bitch is. I don't care what she was,
The
what she did.
minimum you supposed to get is that minimum because that's what they. I didn't have no job, and they still made me. They charged me
Yeah,
twenty
but
five
Exactly.
percent
So
of minimum
but who
wage.
was he waiting on? What I'm saying is that shit is not no textbook. This is why this happened. This is why that happened. It has been a system to where um, it is weaponized in the way where certain people have a sense of cushion or a sense of
Look,
apathy.
hold on,
Others do
old
not
school.
have a sense of apathy because you can be homeless and broke and they don't even know where to come pick your ass up at.
Look,
You get your name ran in a car with some motherfuckers, you going to jail regardless if you had the ability to pay or you had buku money and decided not to.
old school say if a man lives off 100% of his check, 20% will break him, and he right. And look, most of us men, if you're doing it the right way, 100% of my check go to bills, so that
okay,
so that the weight is not on her.
listen, like you say, Ken Folk, if you get pulled up, you go woo woo. Let me tell y'all something. I called child support last month about my case. I ain't got no payment since 2000. Ooh, it's been about 5 6 years on one. On the
She
other
say,
one,
"Where my money?"
on the other one, it's probably been about 10 years. She
Yeah,
grown. She grown.
Oh no, trust me, and that's what kinfolk. That's what
But
I'm
hold
trying to
on,
say.
hold on.
What we fail to realize is the biggest victim in this situation is the one who's actually there with the kids, trying to take care of the kids, and realizing that that system does not give a fuck about that situation. That is not the goal. The goal is
exactly.
not to help you.
When they enacted the child support laws initially, the original child support laws was to incarcerate droves of black men who were unsuspected fathers that wasn't taking care of their fucking kids. That's why the legislature went to the Senate and was like, hey, we need these child support laws to basically criminalize niggas for not taking care of their fucking kids.
Okay,
That's
so
the reality. That's the reality of it.
but those same laws protect those niggas because if my baby daddy can't be located and he right down the street, these motherfuckers, all he gotta do is answer the door and say that ain't me and close the
Look,
door and they not gonna serve him. They gonna
but
say he can't be served.
But let's call a spade a spade. I was never the type of father that would have had to been forced to pay
Okay,
to
but
do
you
my to
got
Exactly.
fathers
hold
that
on, let me
gotta
finish.
be forced.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
got more fathers that gotta be forced than not.
But even so, I think the whole shit is bullshit. My mama was on. She filed child support, and she ain't get it most of the time. And she had to do what she had to do on her goddamn own. And at the end of the day, she became stronger for it because she was never dependent on no additional assistance, knowing that I got to take care of these niggas on my own. And
But
then
this
when she got into a relationship with somebody, then she had somebody to help her take care of these niggas. And
okay,
that's what she
well,
did. So I mean, that's why I'm like, man, just move the fuck on. Just
Can we
move the fuck on.
we need to just normalize people doing better, or stop having babies that you're not.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
on both
yeah.
True.
sides.
We
And I
need
believe
two
the same thing
counterparts
for
of
women.
whole people
Any
instead of
ladies,
fragmented people laying down and having whole people. And then once the shit fragment even more, now it's war. Because
yeah,
at the end of the day, that you are exactly right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Except for certain little situations where it's acceptance to, I mean, an exception to the rule. But at the end of the day, if you gotta force a nigga to take care of his kids, some
Exactly.
you know, it's ain't no legislator, just like Black Lives Matter, and ain't no legislator of that shit. The goddamn Constitution was written against motherfuckers being created equal, and that shit still ain't happening. So it ain't no goddamn type of legislator that's gonna happen to reverse that situation. It's only going to give the powers that be a benefit off of the fragmented bullshit.
I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I don't think
ladies. So my advice to ladies, any ladies that you weaponize your womb.
Everybody stop fucking. Everybody stop fucking.
I'm not even saying stop fucking, but you need to weaponize your womb. You need
I don't
we
know
need
about
to stop
weaponize that
having
motherfucker.
children with men that are questionable with questionable characters. Period.
Definitely. Definitely.
Period. We need to just
Definitely.
stop having sex with them, stop having
Definitely.
children with them.
Definitely.
Men, period. I'm not gonna say black men, I'm not gonna say white men, I'm gonna say men, period, with
Definitely.
questionable ass
that
character. We need to just stop.
you got a whole group of desperate women out there that'll fuck any dude who shoot at them in their social media.
And then to let
You
them
got
shoot
a
up the
whole
club.
group. You
But
got a whole group of dumb bitches that's caught up in social media and fame that they only chase these photo frame niggas that they always gonna turn out to be a bullshit nigga. Then you got a whole group of females that just don't have a fucking clue about how to pick a nigga. So it
So
would appear
yeah,
to me
so
that the biggest problem
this
is
is why,
females don't know how to pick men.
but this is why we do what we doing right here. This is why we doing what we doing right here. This is why you got Cynthia G doing what she doing. This is why you got Nyla doing what she doing. This is why you got people that's doing what they doing to teach the people, to show the people.
That'll
Women.
go a whole nother topic for y'all
Just
that
because
definitely
a
need to
man
be discussed.
or he's spitting some nice shit in your motherfucking ear. Like
yeah.
we need to
Jada,
stop doing
that
it.
for real. That's a whole nother show y'all need to have for show on relationships and how to pick the right person and shit to look for and red flags and all that shit. That's
Yeah.
what shit we that's a whole
On,
nother
on,
show
on both ends. On
on
both
both
ends.
ends.
Straight up. Straight up. Because at the end of the day, man, I ain't end up in a situation I'm in sideswipe. I understood that I ate of that fruit and it was sweet, but shit, nigga, I choked on the seeds.
Facts. That's what I say because it took me. Listen, it took me doing the work and continuing to do the work by watching other women and listening to the advice of other women that did the work to understand that I have to hold myself accountable because at the end of the day, I
100%.
saw the fire. I saw the smoke before the fire came.
And it was warm.
You know what I'm saying? I seen it before it came.
Yeah, it was
And
warm.
Yup,
I
It started
continued to
burning.
keep going on. You know what I'm saying? So
yup.
now I have to put on my big girl drawers and take accountability. You know what I'm saying, for whatever went on. So hey, man, I don't hold no anger towards anybody. I just be trying to teach the next person, say, man, we got to be more careful. We got to weaponize our wounds. We got to be more careful about who we decide to lay down. Because listen, they say that giving birth is the closest that you can get to death without dying. Why you doing that for just anybody?
Well, shit, I don't even think if you is looking at social media these days, it's not even weaponized no more. It's capitalized now. These
Yeah,
new bitches, that pussy is for sale all day, every day, whether it's for view or for Snapchat, but it's for sale.
okay.
They on some whole new shit. So unless you specifically talking to a targeted age group of women who own their shit and work and handling shit and got kids and got bills to pay and responsibilities, if you could only be talking to that group because there's a group up under them. Shit, everything's for sale.
Yeah, and all we can say is you better make sure the check clear.
Your pussy can be for sale all motherfucking day long, but
No, it can't.
your womb.
Not
Stop laying
rightfully
down
so.
having these
No, it
children
can't
and
be.
passing
It
on
can't
those
be.
damn trauma.
It can't be because at the end of the day, that's how you gonna end up in these same goddamn situations. Change our whole goddamn mentality. That motherfucker ain't for sale. Just like Muhammad Ali say, man, you gotta dig 50 miles into the goddamn mountain to get a diamond. You gotta pan thousands and thousands of gallons of water to get gold. Why the fuck you ain't got to do that same thing for the most precious commodity is on earth, which is our reproduction?
Oh, he right. But if you say that shit out loud in public ever, nigga, I pretend I don't know you, nigga. But yeah, that's the problem. Y'all come up y'all come up off of that pussy too easy. It's simple as that, huh?
Don't say y'all because I have officially divested. So
you divested.
That nigga say But I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth, man. We as men need to be held accountable, rightfully so. But ain't nobody getting no pussy unless they raping without somebody giving some pussy.
Exactly.
That's true.
And that's a big problem. So there's a couple of things to touch on. Shit. For one, shit. What should it take for a female to be coming up off of that pussy then?
Well, this is the thing.
What profit a man to sell his soul? What profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul?
If women get expectations and boundaries,
I think it's too late. I'm pessimist on this one. I think it's too late.
We need to go back.
I think it's too late.
It's never too late for a woman to get expectations and boundaries.
Man, hey, you can't get nowhere without expectations. So I mean, you gotta expect, but you gotta inspect too.
I mean, but listen, I said expectations and boundaries. That's where the inspect come in. Yeah, if somebody crossing certain boundaries, why would you let them continue to cross boundaries? Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of people's problem.
Because it feels good.
They done tried you. Yeah. They done did good. And you keep
a lot of times.
You don't cross too many boundaries.
Let's call a spade a spade. A lot of time, them boundaries ain't boundaries. They really gray areas.
Yeah.
Undiscussed gray areas.
Yeah. Give me an example. I was just drunk. I ain't know he was gonna switch up.
A gray area is it might be something simple that you don't really realize that this gonna even become a problem. Like, I'll give you an example off of my relationships. That's all I could do. Mm. My ex-wife, some shit happened and her family member disrespected me in my house when I thought what should have happened is she should have said, whoa, 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 me and him having an argument, but you are not allowed to disrespect him. It's time for you to go. That didn't happen. So that was a red flag. It was a gray area that had been crossed into, you see what I'm saying? But that occurred one or two, three more times, too many times during that relationship was part of the reasons that shit over with. Okay, but so again, you might not see that day one. It was years into the relationship before this shit popped up. Wow. Although one incident happened in the very beginning that should have been a red flag and I overlooked it.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a boundary for you the first time That wasn't actually that because it wasn't an actual boundary for you. That was at that time it was a gray
It
area.
was, but I
Exactly.
let it go. I let
Okay,
it
well
go based on the
you,
potential.
you let somebody cross the boundary, and eventually that boundary got crossed again. See,
I
this
pointed it out.
with me,
I
with
pointed
me,
it out that hey,
with me, you got one time to cross a motherfucking boundary with me. Once, one
But
time.
that ain't everybody's uh
because
acceptance.
y'all got the flower. Yeah, you can act like that. We ain't gonna act like that. Cause
Well,
once you get a little taste of that flower,
well,
that
well,
little bull,
well, Kane, you better get you some boundaries, Kane.
Get some more flowers.
You better get you some boundaries, Kane. Shit, cause listen,
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying about the meme that I saw. Everybody is taught what to expect from a man, but what a man should be able to expect from a woman is tainted by that the idea that you can give it way faster than we can get it. So therefore, hold it up like a carrot in front of a carriage and say that I can cross certain boundaries or I can make certain steps of disrespect because I'm the one with the flower, as hood politicians so eloquently put it.
and that's how some of them act, and they know it, and y'all know it, and you know it, Jada. You know you got that flower,
no, I don't
that
believe.
flower power.
I don't believe.
Y'all know y'all can pull that card
I
at
don't
any
believe that
time.
because I feel like it's too many women out here giving up that ass that you can just go get you another one. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but at the
Yeah.
end
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
talking
day,
about
you
what
talking
you.
about yeah, but we talking about men who looking for something of substance. So it's not so much as just the flower; it's the fact that that is connected to something that we aspire for, which is every man.
So you telling me because you want to be connected to this woman, you would let her cross a boundary?
No, I'm
And
not
you,
talking about me because I ain't
no,
got that. I ain't,
no, not you. I'm talking about hood politician because what he said was that you can't do that because we got the flowers. Yes, you can. If that woman cross a goddamn boundary, she crossed the
I
goddamn boundary.
ain't.
You know how many
I ain't. Look, you making everything too definitive. Imagine that I'm just talking about in the sense that the chick got the flower. She can pull that card at any time. And a nigga might let something slide. I ain't talking about nothing like a bitch cheated. You a damn fool for that. I'm talking about some bullshit or like the bitch got fly with you. But you might let it go while getting an argument with her, knowing you probably not gonna get that flower tonight if you do that.
but hold on. But listen to what you
So
said.
that's what I'm saying.
You said
It's
that
a
this
lot of
woman
shit we
got
nigga. Just so you
hold
know,
on.
Jay, there's a lot of shit we let go.
But
So
listen,
I'm
but
sorry you
when
ain't
you
know
let
this,
that
but yeah,
go,
there's a lot of shit you done got away with.
hold on, let me show you something though. But let me show you something. You let that bitch get fly with you today, she'll be cussing you out in public tomorrow. Or 30 or 10 years from now. So why would once again and the relationship is still not gonna work out unless you just an emasculated ass
Well,
man and you
we
don't
talking about you talking about the most extreme of. I ain't talking about a motherfucker call me out my name.
but this is what
I'm
I'm
talking about
saying. But
simple.
if you some
It,
women, if you let them get
hold
fly
on,
with you, next thing you know,
Nate
they will
Bum.
be calling you a bitch.
Are women disoblivious that we let them get away with all kind of shit every day, all day because of they got that flower? Or do they not know that?
Listen, let me tell you
yeah,
something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be
the
honest with
idea
you.
of it being
I
see
know niggas who gonna let you get
we
away
can
with
see the
nothing.
double standard on the other end, but I mean it's all a sense of balance of double standards. There are just as like that we have a mind full of double standards as men. Women live on certain double standards that yeah they do seem oblivious of.
Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. That
Why the
might
man open the door?
have to do with the individual man. Because I done seen some niggas who won't take no shit from no bitch, but they be some bad niggas walking though.
Nah,
They
not
be some
always
bad niggas
because
walking, and they'll cancel a bitch. You cross that boundary one time with them, and that bitch they gonna cancel you because all they gonna do is go get another one.
But
see
he got
that's
the commodity.
yeah exactly. So it
That
seems
mean
like
he the flower.
it seemed like we have a perspective of some pimping hoe shit because at the end of the day, ain't nobody living this earth flawless. So there's a certain amount of give and forgive that we have to have. I mean, that's extreme also. Or if a bitch this and that and the third, I'm a counsel the bitch. Man, ain't nobody goddamn that goddamn fly walking or whatever the fuck you just said. At the end of the day, man, we all got to put up with some shit off each other. We all got to put up with some shit off each other.
The bitch crossed the line once. I counsel that bitch.
And most niggas I done heard talk like that you describing be on some undercover about to kill themselves when the bitch gone.
But listen, let me tell you something, Ken folks. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm that kind of person. That's why I'm single. Because I'm not taking no shit.
But exactly, folks.
But listen,
that hasn't told you into having somebody who actually fits the bill of what you're talking about.
I got boundaries, and you not don't fucking.
I get it, but I'm just pointing out the fact that most people that have that perspective be single as fuck. If a motherfucker is, I'm gonna counsel it. That nigga be single as fuck.
Man, listen. Let me tell y'all something.
Everybody
listen. Because we don't live in a black and white world. It's the gray areas.
Because a motherfucker don't meet your expectations and they crossing your boundaries, you better goddamn be single.
Nobody is gonna, man. I'm glad you said that. Nobody is gonna meet your expectations.
I'm already saying the next motherfucker play with me, I'm going to prison. So
no one is gonna meet your expectations ever.
And that's
ever. And the first time, the minute you put expectations on people, you take the humanity off of that person. And who are you to feel like a motherfucker got to be a cookie cutter version of my expectations to have somebody?
Okay,
this how it went. She did some shit I ain't like. I disagreed with whatever it was. I'm talking about my current spouse. She did some shit I ain't like. I got mad about it, yelled about it, maybe talked a little shit about it. Once we cooled down, we had a discussion about it. I told her what my expectations was, basically that, hey, I don't like this type of shit, and I don't want this to happen again. She was cool with that. She understood my position. That was that. Now, is that every female? No. My ex, that would have been an argument. That would have never went that fucking way. But because she knows when all right, baby. See what I'm saying? I ain't pick her because of no expectations I had. You ain't never gonna find nobody like that. She was available and I got to know her. And it turned out, hey, this motherfucker's perfect for my fucking personality. We perfect for each other. We would have never knew that. We both was taking a chance. She took a chance. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. So if you live in your life on some expectation of what the person gonna look like or act like, or you gonna fuck up every time. Just go pick the next available motherfucker and get the norm.
No, y'all talking about petty expectations. Y'all talking about physical expectations. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about that at all.
I'm saying period. You find it's a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and locates everything. It's the person you bump into, a chance encounter, the person. It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with no expectation of mold. He might be a whole Muslim and you a Christian, but you bumped into him. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is all that shit go out the door. You just give a person a chance. That's what it's about. And get to know them. Now, I ain't saying open your legs and fuck them.
Well, yeah, and giving them a chance, you got to give them a chance to fuck up. They gonna cross some boundaries because we ain't all raised the same. We ain't all viewing the shit the same.
Guaranteed. Every chick I ever dated, I done got into it with some kind of way. Well, that could have ended it right there. Every time. It's something, somebody will say something or do something because you just getting to know each other. So you don't really know all the boundaries yet. And something happened, and something did, and that could have ended it right there. And
that's why people need to be clear about their boundaries.
You don't know what they are.
It just should not be crossed.
You don't even know what they are. You might think you know, but somebody will do some shit that you didn't even know that this was going to offend you, but they did something, and you pissed off. It ain't always cut and dry, black and white. Don't do this. Don't cuss me out. Don't call me no name. It's a million things in between all them lines that can happen that can piss you the fuck off or make you feel disrespected or unappreciated. Oh, how about this one? motherfucker keep leaving their dishes. Grown men leaving their dishes on the table or something. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep coming back picking that shit up. That might start some shit. But if you say something to him the way you said, you might piss him off and offend him, make him think, oh, hold on, who you talking to? I ain't one of them fucking kids. It's my house. I can leave this shit wherever the fuck I. So you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The boundaries ain't never that clear.
Listen,
The boundaries ain't never that clear.
You know what? You know what?
Hey, I'm married. I ain't shit. The boundaries, we can cross the ultimate boundary. So I don't know.
And, but you know what, Jada? Maybe that's the takeaway. The person you're gonna go the farthest with, you didn't cross the boundaries. You didn't got in arguments. Y'all didn't fell out. That's the one you can go to war with. It's the bullshit relationship that it was fake all the time.
That can't live through shit.
That can't live. We went a whole decade and it was all bullshit. I was just going along. I was just going through the motions at a point, and she probably was doing the same thing. When we knowing that this ain't it. We ain't even happy no more. So yeah, it's not cut and dry. It take a lot, but I think part of it is being real with each other. The two people who can connect and be real with each other on a level that you can't be. You know, we could be real on a level that ain't outside in the world. Ain't nobody else like this. Even my mama, I'm not this real with.
Yeah.
When you find that person, that's the person. And it ain't gonna. And they might break all kind of molds of expectations of what you thought it was gonna be.
Don't say that to me, because I never told you who you talking to on this live, because I already told you I done divested.
What does that mean?
Hey, I was hoping you was gonna ask, because I wouldn't go press it.
Who you talking to on this live? The audience? I done divested. Shit, they both done sell for me. Shit. I'd rather be happy alone. I'm good. Shit.
I'm confused.
Wait. Let me
so
make
you don't date no more, is what you saying?
I sure don't.
Oh.
I have divested from black men. I'm a sinner.
Oh, so you only date outside your race?
I don't date outside. I don't date men of no color.
You date women?
I don't date women. I don't date anybody. But I have divested from black men. I've never dated men of no color, and I don't date women. I've never dated women. So, but what I'm saying is I have divested from black men. I'm good.
So you under the understand? Oh man, I'm finna go in on you.
Oh, go ahead. Let's go.
So you under the understanding that the color of my skin has anything to do with the content of my fucking character?
No, what I said, you not listening. I said I do not date men of no color. I do not date women. The only thing I have ever dated was black men, and I have divested from them. That's what I said.
So yeah, I heard that loud and clear. But what I heard is, I heard black men more than once.
Yeah, because I don't date men of no color. So why are you bringing them up? I don't date them.
So what I'm saying is, so would you date a European man?
That's a man of no color. He don't got no color, right?
I'm confused. So you don't date men of black color, and you don't date men of no color.
I'm not even attracted to men of no color. Like, I can look at a man of no color and say he's an attractive man, that he could be standing in front of me, he'd be fine in a motherfucker. But I'm not attracted to them sexually.
So what you saying, since you can't deal with black men no more, you just can't fuck with no men?
Damn right. I'd rather be happy alone.
What about
over here?
What about them Indians with that dark skin or them dark ass Mexicans?
A Mexican is a man of no color. What you mean? That's a man of no color. He ain't black. He's not melanated.
Shit. Them dark ass Mexicans from El Salvador, black as me and you.
Okay, well, I don't date. I don't date.
She said I don't fuck with them either.
I don't know her.
I don't date foreigners.
I feel you. So
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, I ain't prejudiced at all. Like I said, I can look at a white man And I done seen some badass white men, some fine ass white men. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm just not attracted to them like that.
So, I'm gonna ask you. So, is it possible that your selection of black men has not yielded any results?
Is it possible that 80% of the black male community is dusty and trash?
So your
So we gonna
takeaway
get a
is
black man
that
80%.
since since
But
I can't since I haven't been successful at selecting a black man,
No, I'm not. No, no,
I
no.
give up
No,
on him.
no. It has nothing to do with me. I can observe other people around me. I can observe relationships in a whole. I can observe what's going on in the community. I can observe my
So
my
how do,
standards and my boundaries. Most black men won't meet that expectation. And if they did, they probably would already be married or somebody else's boyfriend. And I
how did
don't.
how did you come to have dated the previous black men that you dated?
What do you
Did
mean?
they just throw you in the back of the car one day and say you with me, bitch?
I already. What you mean? I mean, we met, we started dating or whatever. And I told you they was trash ass niggas when
How did y'all meet though? I mean, like how did it happen?
two of them I met at work, and one of them I met in the streets.
All right, so location, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so would you agree had you to had a proper assessment tool that you could have assessed day one that the person came in contact with you, or at least the day that you first
They was trash
gave a
as
number.
fuck from the day they came in contact with me. I was young and dumb, but that don't got nothing to do with now. What I'm saying is that I can look out here in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I can look out here in the community and see that it ain't what it is. I ain't dated in a very long time. A very
Yeah,
long.
because it ain't that many of people. It ain't that many men like me walking around this bitch. I don't think there's that many.
Listen,
Nate Bum taking.
I'm finna show
I'm
you something.
taking.
I'm finna show you
Look,
something.
it's
Listen,
black men out there, but y'all don't know how to find them. I'm gonna
nah,
tell y'all that.
I'm finna show you something. I'm
It's
finna show you
educated
something.
black men out
Because
there who not on no
I'm not
fuck shit.
saying, listen, baby. I'm not saying it's not. Baby, I'm not saying it's not. And education has nothing to do with a man's mentality. Because an educated man can still be a dusty nigga.
True,
Being dusty is a mentality.
but I think I'm talking about a different type of intelligence. I'm talking
Mm,
about intelligent. So, would you agree that most of the baby daddy bullshit niggas, they not intelligent? They not school niggas. They hood niggas who dropped out of school and shit like that. We talking about that bulk of them. They ignorant ass niggas. Let's. I'm
Honey,
not gonna
listen,
bullshit y'all on this show.
you've had doctors to kill their kids because they didn't want to pay their child support. What are you talking
We ain't talking about them, and they
about?
rare. We
What
talking
you
about
talking
that
about? So
bulk of
people, they
niggas.
have a
Let's call it.
mentality. No,
Let's
baby,
say
what
it.
I'm telling you is a mentality is a mentality. You might be talking about but when I say a dusty mentality, I'm talking about overall dusty mentality. That could be from you being a cheater. That could you be from a motherfucking liar. That could be a wide range of dusty behaviors that cause relationships not to work.
It would be like if I said, you know what? I went outside today and it was raining, so I went back inside. And when I went outside again, it was raining, so I went back inside. When I went back outside again, it was raining that day, so I went back. You know what? I ain't going back outside no fucking more.
I have a
I ain't
baby
going out
mama.
there no more.
No, that's
I
not
have
the
a baby
same.
mama
No,
I got for sale.
listen. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna ask you like Cynthia G say. What does it benefit a black woman to date and marry a black man? What?
Look, that just look. Man. We can get we. How much time we got? Because we can get into it.
A lot. It benefits a lot. Now, who you talking about marrying and dating and marrying? Because at the end of the day, man, like we can't go off the same stereotypical shit that created
But this is the
one
problem.
drop
Y'all do
the one
understand
drop
all these
law
women are
or the
getting the same black man, right? Y'all do
exactly, and they
understand that,
swimming in
right?
the same goddamn pool, and they trying to
But
clean up some
listen, if
motherfuckers
the
that ain't even
pool is
trying
so
to bathe.
large, if the pool is so large in the community, everybody can't be with that small percent. A lot of look, you already married, you already got a girlfriend. Oh, correct?
It's true.
Correct. So you
Yep.
are correct. You're not in a single community, correct?
True.
Oh, okay. How many single male friends you got?
None. I don't even got friends. I don't fuck with niggas
Yeah.
Okay. How many? How many single black male eligible black males that
that
are
I even know.
shit do you know that's gonna benefit a black woman? Don't worry, I'll wait.
I don't know no niggas.
I bet you don't.
I don't. I don't have friends.
It's a shame that y'all can't
I
even
mean,
answer.
but we can say the same thing for the eligible black women. Like,
No,
I
I
mean,
can't.
Oh,
I can't because I know a bunch of eligible black women.
but
Or I
they
no, you
probably
don't.
not.
No, you
They
don't. No,
probably
they
not.
on that divestment shit because they already lost half the battle.
let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all
This is
something.
what I do. That's why I don't date women my age no more
I'm finna
because they too
show y'all.
fucked up. They too fucked up
I'm
from
finna show
generational
y'all something.
curses.
I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all think I be playing? Y'all think I just be saying some shit? Listen, I ain't the only one that know this and see this and right. But this is bigger than me, sweetie. This is bigger
Oh,
than
it's bigger
me.
than all of us. It's bigger than all of us. But I mean, I can't say we don't exist. I mean, shit, they probably
Shit,
ain't caught.
nigga.
They,
Shit, I know a lot of niggas that gave up on black women. They feel like y'all
yeah,
ain't about shit.
that's what I'm saying. We now reversing that cycle of the
Hold
motherfucker who
on.
get on and leave your ass for a white girl.
Hey man, you know what? We gotta admit, y'all, that our culture's fucked up.
Yeah,
And
our culture is fucked up, and
until
we
we
can't.
address that, we this shit here is mute until we address the culture. That's really the
Right,
problem.
right,
Like niggas ain't dudes coming up in the hood not aspiring to be fucking Cliff Huxtable
right.
or
I'm finna
Carl
show you.
fucking Winslow.
I'm finna show y'all. Hold on. Hold on.
They're
Don't
aspiring to
worry.
be Moneybag Yo.
We know. But he tied down. He the one in love. She the one out there twerking on niggas.
Yeah, but the music, if you listen to his music, he don't rap like he tied down. He talking all this kind of bitches and all shit,
Ah,
and
Yeah,
They
that's
are
his
dope
already
dog.
money and
yeah.
Okay,
He's
but
selling the
that's his
same
to
dog.
draw
mentality.
their interest in black men.
That's
I got
like
something
Lil
for
Wayne.
y'all. Here y'all go. Educational
We
purposes
are in a
only.
state of emergency. Black men, y'all better stay woke. It's going down, and I guarantee you a lot of y'all ain't even seeing the signs of what's about to happen. For the guys that's overhyping interracial dating, y'all in trouble. Really, all of us in trouble. But y'all are definitely causing problems for us. I want to show y'all a couple videos, right? Because I got a point that I want to make. It's important too. Y'all need to see this. Y'all need to hear this information.
This y'all brother talking to
And
y'all. This ain't
no,
me.
it
Ain't
ain't.
my
black
goddamn
women,
No, it
y'all
business.
gonna
ain't.
enjoy this video. I
That's
guarantee
I
you.
don't, I don't even want to see this nigga.
So
This ain't
y'all
a
just sit
nigga.
back
He don't. You see what
and
I'm
let
saying?
me
He
show
not
you
from where we from, bro.
this
That's
information
not representative though. He not
that is
from where we
gonna
from, and you can
bust
tell right
this
away. You know
motherfucking
this
internet.
nigga is not from where we from.
If you
He
grow up
ain't
as a
walked
white
the
girl
walks we done walk.
and you get
He ain't
attention
Look
seen
from
niggas.
black
at
guys,
white girl's mouth.
in my
He ain't
experience
never
and all
seen
the
no
other white
dope
girls
get
that I
cut up.
know,
Look
people
at
think
this
that
white
getting
girl mouth.
attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention.
As a man, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that. Nigga, you ain't got a leg to stand on. How you gonna tell a white woman how her culture look at her? Y'all in denial. She tell you in your face that you are not the prize. You are not as desirable as you think you are. But you in denial and no, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. And you make yourself look like a motherfucking scrub on the internet for the world to see you get your damn feelings hurt. That's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Let's move on.
And who grew up in a white culture more than the black culture, I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white. And I'm white. Yes. But if a white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
in some people's eyes it does.
As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of a.
The only people that look at that like it's something that's a status symbol type situation is other guys that think like you. The majority of black culture does not look at a black man with a white woman and say, he got his shit together, I want to be like him. Only guys that look at things like you look at you and think that. Just a little FYI.
Like, she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked at it.
So as you see, y'all, for the guys that be in the comment section saying that, that's not my experience. Okay, that may not be your experience, brother, but it's a popular opinion in white culture for black men to be looked at as something that you don't want to be fucked up with. As if you didn't know that already. I guess you thought you was just special and you was better than the other blacks and you were able to accomplish things that most black people can't accomplish. You were able to get you a white woman that is submissive and all that other shit. Listen, man, like I tell y'all, I don't care who you date. I have friends and family that have dated outside the race. So it ain't about that. It's about this attitude that you are the prize and all other cultures look at us in high regard, like, I just have to get a black man.
Well, who think that? Who thinks that? I don't know no nigga that think that he the fucking prize and that everybody want him.
You have hold on. You ever heard of the manosphere?
The who?
You haven't heard of the manosphere?
No, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, okay.
I know the psyche of the black man though, and honestly, that I think this is counterproductive to anything that is a rational point, because at the end of the day, we look at somebody who step out of our race as somebody that's confused on reality. It's not that we're like, oh, I'm taking the prize away from the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a low self-esteem for ourselves, and I think it shows when we step out and saying that we can't find that type of prize within.
My brother married to a white girl, and when I say white, she's super. Hold on, let me.
I don't think y'all understand.
She's white.
I don't think y'all understand that he's responding to this big argument that's going on online between black males and black women. So there is a big fight going on online.
That's why I close my computer when I don't feel like fighting.
Yeah, it's like basically black men are telling black women that we ain't soft, we ain't submissive. White women, every other woman, other races are better. No, they're doing this. Y'all may not be doing it, but yes, they are doing it.
See, that's because, and that's what I'm saying. That speaks to the mentality, because I'm not looking for somebody who's soft and submissive to anyone.
Shit, I am. After dealing with my fucking ex,
I'm saying to anyone, not
what
just
you mean?
to me. I'm talking about and just soft and submissive off the bat. That
I wouldn't say all that soft shit, because she by far ain't soft, but she's submissive and she know when to be at that.
But
and that make all the fucking difference.
But what
But
also makes
y'all
what
do
what
understand that
also makes
submission
all the
comes
difference
naturally.
is I agree with I wouldn't say
No,
naturally,
no,
but
no, no, no.
we gotta
If a
look
woman
at this
is in the
cauldron
presence
that we
of an
call
alpha
our
man,
culture. So
if a
therefore,
woman is
there's
in the presence of an alpha man, she is going to naturally submit. If she's in the
And
presence of an
and that's
alpha
what she said. She said that. She said that with her own fucking words, flat out. She was like, she said she was raised that way anyway. You know, for one, that her mama raised her that way. That you don't really be bucking no man like that. You know what I'm saying?
but you have to
Uh,
be in the presence of an alpha
but
male.
she said
And
that.
that's the problem.
She
but
Most
said that
women
basically.
that's
are
what I
beta
said
male.
to anyone. So it's
She
not a
said it ain't
natural
no.
process. I mean, it is a natural process, but what I'm saying is it takes a certain formula for that to happen. And
Yeah,
what
That's
but
I'm
what
she
she
ain't
saying,
saying
said.
that alpha man,
She
he
said
can't
it
be no
take a certain nigga. It take a certain type of nigga to be able to just hey.
but y'all do understand that most of these black males out here are beta males and not
they
alpha males.
but they are infeminated for a reason.
But that's what I'm saying.
That
Okay, so
comes
that's
that
what I'm
comes
saying.
that
Okay, so
comes
that
from
brings me
that
back.
comes from
So
that
why y'all
spirit of
think?
I don't
So
need
why
no
y'all
man, I
think
can
it's so
raise a man.
many? So then why do y'all think it's so many eligible bachelors out here if y'all know all these niggas are emasculated like a
Because
motherfucker?
we're not all infeminated and
But a
emasculated.
lot but the majority of y'all are married or already in relationships.
Not true.
You're not eligible. Okay. Point me. Can you y'all can't even point me none out.
I
Well,
don't. But
you're
you
not
know what
listening,
though?
so it don't matter.
I think.
That's
I
what
think.
I'm saying. Y'all can't point me none out because ain't no
Because
Look.
I'm not
motherfucker
looking for a
listening.
man.
Look. Look. I'm on again. If I'm gonna be on here, I ain't gonna bullshit or sugarcoat nothing. So look, let's call it what it is. When it come to men, it don't take a whole lot for y'all to fit a sexual attraction, which is number one to get through our door. Number one, a man gotta be physically attracted to you. If he not, it ain't gonna never get to a conversation to begin with. So that's the first thing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Number one is that physical attraction. Now, if that's true for women, which in my experience, yes, you gotta fit a certain physical description. If they don't like short fat niggas and you short and fat, they in the tall skinny niggas, you don't stand a chance. So it's a physical thing that they looking for. But what I'm saying is it's more females that will fall into a guy's physical standards than it is males that will fall into y'all's. And when y'all look through y'all glass of this physical standard of what this guy's supposed to look like, y'all pick the wrong nigga every time. Maybe that's the problem. All I'm saying is more females will fit into our sexual, okay, she'll do. And
That
that's
means
that's stage one. So we get
so you
more
basically saying
opportunities.
y'all fuck anything.
I mean, closer. That's close enough.
That's
That's
basically
close enough. Yeah, we'll fuck anything.
anything to do.
But
That's
a
nasty.
relationship to last don't last off of you or fuck anything. It's based off it's more to it than that. So I'm saying that's just step one to get in the door. What I'm saying is men are getting more possibilities because a lot more shit slipped through our door than y'all. Y'all fucking got all these preconceived, it should be this, it should be this, and go this way, and y'all fucking up and passing up on good
Yeah,
niggas.
when y'all
How
picking
about
niggas
that's
that's
what I
prettier
think?
than
Y'all
y'all, and
passing up on good niggas.
That's what y'all would
you
say.
pick,
That's what y'all
you
would
pick
say.
niggas that's prettier than you and wonder why you.
That's what y'all would say, but you're a damn lie because I like big black fat niggas. So I only a damn lie. You're a
Well,
damn
there's
lie.
plenty of them niggas out there single
And
looking for themselves.
shit. They living with their mama. They driving somebody else's motherfucking car. They ain't got no goddamn job.
But
You
but
too
look,
old for this shit.
but being with you can inspire a nigga to go
You
get a
a
job.
motherfucking lie.
See,
You a
men, y'all
motherfucking
don't
lie.
know. Y'all don't
I ain't
know.
no come up bitch. We ain't gonna play that come up bitch game over here.
Say it again,
I
Jada.
don't want nobody in their seasons of growth. I ain't
Jada,
no,
say it again.
I ain't no come up bitch.
She say, "Ain't don't come up, bitch."
Well,
But
if you
I'm just
ain't looking
saying.
for nobody in their season of growth, once they grown, they gone.
Well, something. Shit, me too. I'm the same goddamn way. Cause see, I have already emotionally arrived. So I don't need somebody who has not emotionally arrived. And if you still around here, you ain't got your finances together, you living with your mama, you ain't got no car, you ain't doing this, you ain't got that. You ain't emotionally arrived.
Man, that is not majority of black
Uh,
men.
how, can
Man.
I ask how
What?
old are you? Can I ask how old are you,
Yeah,
Jada?
I wish I still had POF
Man,
on my
you
phone.
you you make it
I wish
sound like
I
it's a world
still
full of Uncle
I
Pete's.
wish I still had POF on my phone. I swear to God,
That's your
Lord, my
problem,
phone
man.
dead again.
If that's the dating game, if that's the goal to
No,
find somebody
I
off
don't
of
use dating.
POF.
I don't use dating apps. I had to prove this
But what I'm
point.
saying is the pool
But
that
what I'm saying,
you
I had to
talking about
prove
you
this
dipping in
point
for your
before.
statistics. Your
But this
statistics are coming from the wrong places.
what? Wait a minute. No, hold on. So
You
you
can't
telling
go
me?
to somebody's mama house looking for a man. If you find them at their mama house, there you gonna find a nigga that stay with their mama. If you
No,
find them on
I
Plenty of
said
Fish, it's gonna be
PO.
some
What you
fishy
talking
shit
about?
going
I
on.
said POF. I said my
Yeah,
POF.
Plenty of Fish. If you find them on Plenty of Fish, it's gonna be some fishy shit going on.
Listen, where people meeting at now online?
I don't know. I didn't meet my wife online.
You didn't, but that is where the majority of people are meeting at online.
And that's
now.
why a majority of people fucking up. That's why we got an 80% statistic in our mind.
Careful, but these same people is the same people you can meet out here in these streets.
No, they not.
They
No,
still
they're not.
walk in the streets.
Because they got more of a potential of pulling the wool over your eyes on Plenty of Fish.
Oh my God. Now when you meet, listen. I got a home girl that's been on Plenty of Fish and went on that motherfucker to meet people. Listen, these niggas are Houston niggas out here in the cut. These are niggas. These are regular niggas walking the streets. These niggas don't be about shit. Listen, I can go outside. I can go outside and go to the gas station. It'll be 30 niggas outside standing out there doing nothing.
Man, we gotta do something to change this goddamn narrative, man. We got.
I can take. Listen,
If I got to go out there, if I got to go back on the friend scene, so I can find some single friends that.
I can get on my phone right now and take you out up that street to the gas station, up there to Shell. And this phone be about 10, 15 niggas standing outside. One gonna try to sell me weed, the other one gonna try to sell me a shot.
That's what I'm saying. If they got time to be standing at the store, that's the wrong pool.
This is what the fuck is out here.
Nah, man, all of us ain't standing in front of Shell on our cell phone.
They're the single niggas. They outside. The niggas
we ain't all at the Shell station on Plenty of Fish, man.
You see, I'm just saying.
Maybe I've been inside too long, but this is crazy.
I'm just saying. But where you gonna go meet? Where you gonna meet people at the club?
No, that's the wrong step. That's where you find your one night stand at.
What? Okay, so where you meeting people at then?
But just like Theory was saying, it's more of an interactive by chance type of thing. If you go into a specific place like a website or a gas station or a club, you're gonna find the same type of motherfucker that's always at the gas station or Plenty of Fish at the club.
Okay, kid folks, that's what I'm telling you. I don't go to the club. So all I'm gonna do is go to work, go home, go to the gas station, go to the store. So I'm telling you, out of 10 niggas that I meet, 5 of them gonna be trash as fuck. 2 of them gonna have a motherfucking girlfriend. 1 of them gonna be motherfucking married, and the other one I'm just
you gotta change your routine up deliberately, because if all you do is go to work, to the gas station and home, you gonna keep on dipping in that same pool on your phone.
I'm good because I ain't gonna.
You gotta go somewhere else. You might need to go to church. You might need to go. You might need to go to an awareness meeting. You might need to go to, you know what I'm saying? You might need to go to a real estate seminar. There's plenty of things.
The preacher fucking.
You're right. I ain't talking about the preacher. I'm talking about people that's out there trying to mingle on Christian meat. I mean, like I say, man, you can find somebody just going to one of the seminars to better yourself. They might be there trying to better themselves in a real estate class or something. And they out there. I mean, I guarantee you that 80 percentile is correct when you pulling from the resources that you're talking about.
I don't pull for that.
No, I'm just talking about in general. You done divested. I ain't talking about you and I'm talking about if you reaching in those resources for your statistics, then that's what you're going to find. You're going to find 80% of the motherfuckers standing in front of the stove ain't got shit else to do with life. 90% of the motherfuckers on Plenty of Fish got some fishy shit going on. And then 100% of the motherfuckers that's, what you say, what the other one was? What? 100% of niggas at the club on some bullshit.
Hey, let me say this. Me and my gal right now, we've been together over 2 years, and we're gonna get married. And I said I'd never get married again after that first shit.
Mm.
But we connected in a way that shit, even me and my ex ain't never get this deep. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good though.
So
Yeah, so
look, this,
you definitely can't put any clads or any type of blockages on your process.
look
Like
how we met. Look how we met. Facebook. I seen her picture. She popped up in people you may know. I clicked on it and messaged her. A message.
People ain't
you might
Inbox
fuck around
message.
and meet a nigga that's waiting outside a Shell. That's waiting on an Uber because he done been so busy today taking care of his business that he let his Maserati run out of gas.
Goddamn.
And he waiting on the Uber. And he waiting on the Uber to take him back to his car with his gas can. I'm just talking about the possibilities of
Yeah,
something.
you never know. You never know.
So it has to be a chance basis, and you have to be able to trust your inspect
Get to know the
and
motherfucker.
not lean on your expect. Because
Exactly. God damn. Boy, you better put that shit in the book, nigga.
But
Yo,
yeah, I mean, I refuse to believe that it's 80%. Now,
I think you jumped out too early, Jada. I think you jumped out too early. I know you probably had some situations must have happened that you was like, fuck this shit. I just ain't got time. And then especially
all I can see right now is
tell the truth. Looking at me, single father with 3 kids, man, living on Rosalie off of Lake Road. A motherfucker probably look at me and be like, man, that nigga ain't buy shit. And at the end of the day, at that point in time, I didn't have shit. So my chips that I can put on the scale to say I'm about shit was not heavy enough.
Yup. Yeah, I couldn't have seen this day. Shit, my whole ship crashed. But matter of fact, when we met, shit, it was just in the beginning. My ship was finna crash again. But everybody was going through it at the time because of the pandemic. So, you know what I'm saying? But still, you can't go off of that shit. I mean, you really gotta get in tune with the vibe of a person. And 90% of that time, that vibe don't lie.
And I agree with you not being no come up bitch because there's too many people that's out there to use people. But man, you never know the motherfucker that you destined for. The only thing that he needed in life was you to steer him on the right course.
Exactly, and that's the part y'all be missing.
That was my case. That was my case.
Gonna have to come down here and tell me that.
Man, that was I mean, that's the only person you can depend on. But what I'm saying is that idea was my case in point. I swear to God. The one that I was with at first was perpetuating my losery.
Yeah, I came further in 2 years with this girl than I came that whole decade with the ex. It's the person you with got a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They can handle or slow the progress.
Everybody has the potential to win or fail. Everybody. Now, it's some people that have a loser's mentality. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't 80%. I promise you, it's not
80%. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. I promise I won't do it ever again. I will not ever be that struggle little bitch again. Ever.
I understand. And it might not be for you. It might not be for you. But in your mind, being a struggle bitch not something that you gonna be, but you could be very well destined for somebody that got to take a chance on you.
This is what I'm sitting up here. This is what I'm trying to make y'all understand. I've already done that, been there and done that several times. I'm not going to.
We hadn't got success yet.
No,
we haven't yielded success yet, so it's not over. The process is not done.
I take that as a lesson from God. I think God was trying to show me the same lesson over and over again. So I'm going to take that lesson.
I don't know. Honestly, Kinfolk, my opinion is I feel like you took the darkest before done as the reason for divestment. They say darkest before done for a reason. It's going to look bleak. Everything is going nothing that looks like the potential for show success is going to be there. Just like everything that you looking at right now is looking like what's going to create that same situation you already had. All of that is not going to be there. Every one of those looks ain't going to be there.
Man, and the possibilities of the opportunities that you might have just passed up just in this time that you've been on the sidelines.
And we done drug it out to the point where we done got off subject, so we can go in the green room and continue this conversation. But I mean, let's hey man, we appreciate everybody for coming out and listening to us today. We done switch subjects. If it's all the same to you, Jade, we're gonna bid everybody adieu.
All right. Y'all have a good night. This was In the Lab. Thank you for joining. Next week. See ya.
But yeah, turn off that live and we're gonna continue this conversation.
Yeah, we could have continued that bitch on. Like, oh, wait a minute, it ain't ended yet.